Reed prior to race number 1 tonight, and a couple of others as the night progresses. My best bet of the night, Mark, Risk. A leg of that Turbo pick 6 tonight. I thought he was very good last start running second. I reckon he can go one better tonight. So race 5, horse number 4, Risk, my best bet of the night. Race number 1 kicks off for the junior drivers. Favourites here, Zack's Patrol, $3, and Fiery Luster at $3.30. Very little between them. Fiery Luster, comes off barrier number 2, had a pretty tough run last week. I thought he was brave when running 4th. And Zack's Patrol, very good winning in the hands of Kimberly Butt. Michael Blakemore takes to drive. Earlier in the night, I caught up with Mark Jones. This is what he had to say. Mark, thanks for your time tonight. I know you've got a big team in, so we appreciate your time. Race number 1, Zack's Patrol. Thought very good first up last week. Comes up with 2 the second row. A draw that might suit him tonight.
Yeah, well, it was run to suit last week. They went hard early and come back to him late in the piece, and he keeps going better than most. He's a funny horse. He can go real good or real bad, and he seems pretty good at the moment. So in this type of field, he's a big chance again.
We'll catch up with Mark Jones prior to every race tonight, and also Stephen Reid. Hopefully we'll catch up with a couple of others as the night progresses. As I mentioned earlier, we'll just try and get the time to get those interviews in prior to each race. Stephen Reid, he is the trainer of runner number 5, Flying Loose. This is what he had to say. Thanks for your time, Stephen. 5 in tonight. First goes around the junior drivers race. Flying Loose, I thought, made good ground last week.
Yeah, he did well. He's taken a long time to come back to it this time in, and a few runs had us scratching our head, but I thought last week very positive. I think he was a sectional standout, so the punters looking maybe want to take note of that. I think big chance tonight.
Just quickly, Forte coming from back in the field, maybe safe for one run like last week. Is that how you see his best racing pattern?
Yeah, possibly that is right, and especially being 2,700, and anyone that watched the junior drivers race last week saw that there was a little bit of speed on early. So look, I'm going to leave it up to Ben, but I'm actually that happy with him that I don't want to just say you've got to drive him one way. If he needs to be put in the race, I'd like to see him be put in the race.
Stephen Reid with his thoughts about the son of Mac 3. I thought it was good last week because it was set up for horses back in the field like Zack's Patrol and Flying Loose, but he got home very well. Ben Butcher, he'll take the drive again like he did last week, and he's certainly got a better draw tonight from barrier number 5. So he's backable each way on the tote. $6.10, $1.80 a place for runner number 5, Flying Loose. I lined him up this way. I thought Fiery Luster from barrier 2 had an excuse last start because he was looked at early, really never got left alone, and he stuck on very well to run 4th. Prior to that, he had run 3rd to Bracken Ridge, and very good time. Blinds go off tonight, gear change. I think barrier number 2, he's going to get a good trip tonight, Fiery Luster, and I think he can turn that form around. So if you backed him last week, go again. Race 1, horse number 2. The danger from the second row for me is Zack's Patrol. I know things went his way last start, but he's been hinting in his previous runs that maybe he can string them together, and I thought that one last week was good. He may go 2 in a week, this horse. 3.22 he went last week, Zack's Patrol. Michael Blakemore takes the drive. I think they're the top 2. Flying Loose, yes, you must put in. And I thought the best roughie, watched one work here on Saturday, and I thought went okay. 4 stars Shiraz from the inside. Southerner, now, of course, trained by Kevin Chapman. I think John and Josh Dickey may have it at their property at the moment. And 4 stars Shiraz with Tabitha Fensom aboard. I thought the best roughie in the race at around about $13 from the inside. So I marked them 2, 10, 5 and 1. 2, 10, 5 and 1. Aaron's with 2, 10, 8 and 5. Head-to-head on option 5, 2, 1. If you want to play into that. Aaron White, a very good evening to you. Unfortunately, the rain has arrived, Aaron, probably in the last half an hour. Let's hope that it doesn't last that long. It'll certainly do no damage to the track. It's in very good condition. Looking forward to the program tonight. Obviously, the Thames Cup, the Bailey's Coromandel Thames Cup is our highlight tonight. Earlier on in the program, best bet of the night for you.
Yeah, very good evening to you, Craig. Evening, everybody. Looking at Better Mac again tonight in race 5. So race 5, number 5, Better Mac. And I'll stick with Gintara's in the last as well as my 2 specials on the program tonight. And we certainly look forward to that feature trot too, the Prudentia Law Trot. over the 2200 metres at 8:34 this evening. One over to Moon Vulcan, Rare Opportunity. The mobile start will make things a wee bit interesting there in race number 6. 2:10.85 in the first, Fiery Luster. Yeah, I'm going to stick with him. As you mentioned, he was taken on. He couldn't get across to the markers until a good 600-700 metres into the race. He's better drawn tonight for Joe Mocker. 10 Zax Patrol, the nice winner last week. 8 No Way Else has been doing a nice job. So the runners are coming forward for the tie night. $55 per person, 28th of August mobile pace to kick affairs off here at Alexandra Park. Fiery Luster to come forward for Joe Mocker. Here's Shifty comes up onto the line, so Fiery Luster about to find its spot into barrier 2 for Joe Mocker. Zax Patrol has drawn behind the second favourite. Into the back, 2,700 metres the journey to open what should be a good night's entertainment at Alexandra Park. Tie night, $55 per person, 28th of August underway. Fiery Luster first to clear the machine with up on the outside Better Be Perfect, so they'll race off to the showgrounds turn together, but Fiery Luster will hold the lead easily tonight. So that has 4 stars Shiraz through to trail for Tab Fensom in the 1-1 Flying Loose. Kill Lady 3 back against the marker line. They're followed by Here's Shifty. Last week's impressive winner Zax Patrol is back in the field. They're followed by Can't Explain It, Shards Phoenix. And back with those No Way Else has been eased from the wide draw back to last. Through the lane they come, and Fiery Luster, the son of Red River Hanover, in the hands of Joe Mocker. A length and a half, 4 stars Shiraz nestles in for the beautiful run in the trail. 4 lengths away, Kill Lady Kyle Marshall. 2 circuits to go as they work the stables corner. There follow Better Be Perfect, Tony Cameron, then Flying Loose, Ben Butcher. Here's Shifty the next for Andrew Vent as they run an Indian file as they're about to work out to the back. Zax Patrol and Michael Blakemore back in the field. Can't Explain It, Dylan Ferguson, with Shards Phoenix, Jack McKinnon, and the last No Way Else and Mark Johnson. Through the back they go, and Fiery Luster. He's flicking the ears back and forward. He's having a good gawk around out in front. A length and a half, 4 stars Shiraz. 3 lengths away, Kill Lady with Flying Loose away from the markers now to Sit Park. Back on the inside, Better Be Perfect. Here's Shifty 1-1. Zax Patrol on the back of Here's Shifty, 1:22 and 2 was the lead time. There followed well back Can't Explain It. Further away in the field into Shards Phoenix, and last is No Way Else. So Fiery Luster, I think he set up a 1:18 lead time last week. He's got a lead time 4 seconds better off this week as he works off the showgrounds turn and about to work into the lane. So Fiery Luster, a length and a half, 4 stars Shiraz. Flying Loose, putting no pressure into the lead out parked, and Kill Lady has 3 back on the inside. 32 and 2 the opening quarter. Then Here's Shifty as Can't Explain It starts to come forward out 3 wide. Better Be Perfect, Zax Patrol. Shards Phoenix starts to stride forward on the back of Can't Explain It out 3 wide. And No Way Else back last. Stables Corner final time. Tie night, $55 per person, 28th of August pace. And Fiery Luster leads by a length over Flying Loose. Can't Explain It's going to be caught on a limb out 3 wide. 30 and 2 the second quarter. Trailing 4 stars Shiraz. Here's Shifty 1-1. Shards Phoenix 3 wide with cover. Kill Lady on the inside, a Better Be Perfect. Zax Patrol standing the second favourite, the best part of 7 lengths as they work down to the end of the back straight. And he's just been hampered too here with Can't Explain It drifting back through the field. Shards Phoenix clears him. Zax Patrol on the back of that. And No Way Else the last, but going for home, Fiery Luster at the 400, 27 and 4 the quarter down the back, and he's lonely. He's 4 in front, Flying Loose. Shards Phoenix, 4 stars Shiraz couldn't hold Fiery Luster's back as he took off. Zax Patrol to the outside, then Better Be Perfect and Kill Lady, but it's Fiery Luster by 5. Zax Patrol down the outside, then Shards Phoenix, Better Be Perfect, 100 to go. Fiery Luster, is this the moment for Joe Mocker? You bet it is. Here's his first winning drive on Fiery Luster. Well done, Joe. Fiery Luster, Zax Patrol, photos third. Better Be Perfect and No Way Else. They were followed Shards Phoenix. Then came Flying Loose, Kill Lady. Here's Shifty. 4 stars Shiraz, no excuses. Can't Explain It the last. 3:21, 28, 7, 56, 2 was the last half. Well, Joe Mocker, he gets his first winning drive tonight on the son of Red River Hanover for Ivan Court. Steve Telfer, Chris Garlick, the preparers at Papakura. And as I mentioned through the call, he got a lead time that was 4 seconds better than what he got last week with a 1:18 last week, a 1:22 this week. Zax Patrol, he's found the line strongly. Better Be Perfect, yeah, I'd say we'll just get third there in front of No Way Else, who's worked home nicely for Mark Johnson. But the big congratulations go out after the first, the tie night, $55 per person, 28th of August mobile pace, to young driver Joe Mocker with his first winner.
Official placings, race 1, the tie night, $55 per person on the 28th of August, mobile pace, 2:10.6.879, 2:10.6.879. Horse 2, Fiery Luster, paced the 2,700 metres in 3:20.99. Mile rate at 159.8. Last 856.2. The 428.7. The margins 3 3/4 lengths, 2.5 lengths and O's, 2:10.6.879. Race 1, the tie night, $55 per person, 28th of August, mobile pace.
Judge Graham McLennan with the first call of the night, and it goes the way of Fiery Luster. A special moment for young driver Joe Mocker picking up his first winner tonight. Congratulations, Joe, on the Ivan Court owned and bred Red River Hanover 6-year-old bay gelding out of Holmes Luster. Steve Telfer, Chris Garlick trained at Papakura, and Joe Mocker doing the driving. Auckland Trotting Club steward David Turner down there, part of the victory celebrations. Wine bottle trophy will be presented to winning owner Ivan Court. 10 Zax Patrol, Art Major 4-year-old bay gelding out of Shimmering Star for second, race by GN and Mrs. K.R. Hatton. Mark Jones trained at Woodend Beach and Michael Blakemore. 6 Better Be Perfect, nice first look in the north. Better's Delight Brown 5-year-old gelding out of Perfecta Low Bell for the Butterworth Racing Syndicate. Tony Hurley, the new preparer at Papakura, and Tony Cameron did the steering. 2 Fiery Luster, $3.30 and $1.30, $3.30, $1.30. 10 Zax Patrol, $1.40, $1.40, and 6 Better Be Perfect, $3.30, $3.30. Quinella, $3.20, $3.20. Trifecta, $84.10, $84.10. And the first 4, $293.90, $293.90.
$50-metre start, Christchurch Casino Young and Hard Series. The second heat, first heat run on Sunday at Radio Euro, won by Mighty Peruvian, who goes round as the favourite tonight at 310, 180. Close to his start. They're underway and pacing with the green light on. Gate speed really from Brute Ute Anvil, one of the first to hit the ground. Coming through on the inside is leading the way. Out deeper on the track is Tough Enough, and also trying to get across them out wide too. As they come around the first turn is She's Got It. Underneath all of these, Mikado Royale grabs an early trail. Also following that through then was Alexi to be 3 back the inside. Just back and behind those early is Burn Off from Lottie Franco. Then came Northview Gambler pushing through from the back road. Caught out wide early as Stan's Day. The lead time was 23.9. Just back and behind Stan's Day now is Madison Hill, who's 3 wide with cover. In turn is River Black behind that. Second last the inside is Hudson Sully, and 2 lengths last is the favourite Mighty Peruvian. 1,300 metres left to pace. Through the straight leading the way. A length and a half Mikado Royale. Third the outside is going to be She's Got It. 3 wide still Stands Day. He's been 3 wide the trip so far. Following that around is Madison Hill. Tough Enough 1-1. 3 back the inside then as they leave the straight is Alexi. Lottie Franco 4 back. 3 wide with cover is River Black on the back of Madison Hill. Brute Ute Anvil the centre. Mighty Peruvian is moving forward too on the back of River Black. Then came Northview Gambler well back in the field. Hudson Sully second last, and Burn Off very keen back to last. About 12 to 14 first to last. Through the 800 metre mark. 30.6 was the first quarter of the last mile. The leader is leading the way. A half in advance of River Black, who gets down to Parked. 3 wide on those is Mighty Peruvian. 4 out Northview Gambler. Mikado Royale was back on the inside and joined the trail for now, but about to be 3 back as taking over Mighty Peruvian down the far side. The second quarter was 29.7, 60.3 the half, and a changing affair. She's Got It's now 3 wide, trying to run on. 4 out Hudson Sully. Further back Tough Enough, Alexi. Madison Hill up to the turn. The leader is Mighty Peruvian. 2 lengths in advance of Northview Gambler. Leading the way awaits the Terror to Love at Pintley Farm passing lane. Deeper out then is River Black, and She's Got It, but Mighty Peruvian's 3 lengths in front. Northview Gambler's rolled into a gallop in the passing lane. Getting through, leading the way, Mikado Royale. River Black running on again, but Mighty Peruvian second rated them. Out by about 8 lengths tonight, Mighty Peruvian takes the first 2 heats of a Young at Heart series. River Black second again, close third between Lottie Franco running on out wide, or Mikado Royale deep in the passing lane. Next then Brute Ute Anvil. She's Got It, Stands Day. Northview Hanover Burn Off. Out wide are Tough Enough. Further back leading now was Alexi. Then came Hudson Sully. Madison Hill will be the last one home. Final quarter to come. 28.6 the last quarter. 158.4 the last mile. And this horse has killed them. Twice in a week. Mighty Peruvian just keeps getting better. And he rolled to the top off the back, and that was the last time they saw him. River Black second again, but 6 lengths worse off than Sunday, and Lottie Franco's got home for third out wide in front of Mikado Royale. There's the second, Greg, and it's going to take a lot to turn around the result of this series final.
Yeah, a couple of heats to go in it too, Jason, and I'm pretty sure, I'll check with Brian Rabbit, that makes him ineligible for the final 2 heats with the 2 heat wins, but I think that'll bother them. They'll just wait to the final now because, you're right, he's second rated them here. 6-year-old by Peruvian Hanover burst to the lead down the back straight. Really positive drive by RT May, and win 92 for the season for him. Going rough there, Northview Gambler. River Black's gone well again. He can win a heat before they make their way to the final. Have a look at him. He's pricked his ears. Wins-wise for the season, 67 for Greg and Nina Hope. That equals what they achieved a couple of seasons ago, so clearly they'll get their best this year. Here's the judge's call to confirm.
Second, 8, River Black. And third, 12, Lottie Franco. Fourth has gone to 10, Mikado Royale. From 4, Tough Enough. And 5, Brute Ute Anvil. 9, 8, 12, 10, 4, 5. The margin's 9 lengths. 1 length, a nose, 1.5 lengths. Winner's time was 2:22.3, a mile rate of 157.4. The last 857.5, last 428.4.
I'll said it before and I'll say it again. These aged races bring out the best in these horses, and now he's won 8 from 61. He clearly could have been sold by the hoods, but they've said nope, there's races for him, and he delivers emphatically again. What about the time? 2:22 in July for a 6-year-old by Peruvian Hanover. Track's in wonderful order and he's in unbelievable form. Well, it's very believable going on what he did on Sunday and then again today. 310 150, River Black $2. Lottie Franco backing up again from Sunday and she went well there, $11.60 for Henderson Hunter. 460 Quinella, 271.70 is your trifecta, and the first four, 9, 8, 12 and 10, Mercado Royale going well into fourth position, Johnny Cox, Michael House, $2,262.40, 882 carrying forward to race number 3. Double 3 and 9, $13, 3-8 concession, $5.70. Race number 3, Christian Cullen Pace, 2,600 metres. It is for the junior drivers. Early money with Parramatta, luckless at Rangiora on Sunday, hit the line nicely. Seal the Deal could not have been more impressive on debut and delivered. $2.50 the book. $6.50 about Jericho, racing very well and trialled nicely, beating Extremo Velocitad at the Ashburton Trials about 8 or 9 days ago. Cullen's Lady looking to continue the run for Greg and Nina, and Kimberly Butt doing the driving. Mark, that's race number 3, and it'll be underway 25 minutes to 7 o'clock.
Thank you, Greg, and not too far from that turbo terminating pick 6, which will get underway just after 7 o'clock, 8 minutes after 7, so you have an hour to get your money on. I think I said 7:30 earlier on today, apologies, but it'll be just after 7 o'clock on the meeting code of 20 for the turbo terminating pick 6. 3 from the Met and 3 from Alexandra Park. You can take a look at what races they are at tab.co.nz, the news and tips section. The first leg is race number 4 at 8 minutes after 7, Addington, Alexandra Park, race 4, 7:32. Addington, 7:41, race 5. Alexandra Park, race 5 at 8:04. Addington, race 6 at 8:13. And Alexandra Park, race 6 at 8:34. That's your turbo terminating pick 6 tonight. We've got the final leg of the early quaddie next at the Christchurch Greyhounds. We'll take a break, and on the other side, we'll be back with Andy McCook.
Super easy. Singapore.
And welcome back here to Addington Raceway. Back on the dog side of things, we are up to race number 5 on the card, and it was good to see Robbie back in winning form in the previous, and he was very, very impressive on there. This is a very, very interesting race we've got coming up here. Is the Power Farming Canterbury Dash, and possibly 2 of Canterbury's better sprinters going head-to-head here. Aidan Baxter versus Inspector Spot. Aidan Baxter's come up with the better of the draws in box number 2, but I've actually gone with the 7 Inspector Spot on top. I thought No Leaf Clover in the 6 does like to head down towards the rail, so Inspector Spot, if he can make a good beginning, should get tons of room out there to use the pace that we all know he has, and if he does that, I thought he was capable of getting around Aidan Baxter in the early rush, and I just thought Aidan Baxter would be struggling to run him down if he was able to do that. No, he was very close to Aidan Baxter last week, and there was a very good run. He comes up with the red rug today, box 4 he had the other day, so draws inside of Aidan Baxter today, which could make things interesting there for Aidan Baxter if Anu was to come out. We know he's got a motor, he has clocked a 17 dead around here, so if he was to come out on terms with Aidan Baxter again, then it could be a very, very interesting there as well. Also number 3, Wheelchair Norm. Very, very consistent form of late is Wheelchair Norm. been going good races too. It ran 30 to Mickey T last week when Mickey T did break the 17-second barriers, so form certainly stacks up there for Wheelchair Norman. Box 3 won't hurt him. If I knew and Ada Baxter come out running, then he might just be able to slot straight down to the rail and get the gun run in behind them sitting in the trail. Others in the race, No Leaf Clover. He was a very good winner here last week, was No Leaf Clover. 2 weeks ago. That was off box 2 though, and it was a bit of a depleted field, and it was a lot easier than what he does match here. So off the 6, he does like to get down to the rail, does No Leaf Clover. So off box number 6 in a field with this much speed in it, he might be struggling to get round them early. Number 4, Hetfield, another dog with a lot of ability, another one who has broken the 17 seconds around here. Sort of hold his line early on, so box number 4 is going to be of no concern to him. Rambunctious, not known for his early speed, especially up in this calibre of field, so no pressure from his outside, and Hetfield could be another one vying for the lead. We could be in for an interesting old charge to the first bend here if they all come out to the best of their abilities. Of course, Arnu's got tons of early speed, Aidan Baxter has, Hetfield has, and of course Inspector Spot, we can't forget him. We are going to take you back to have a look at last week's run, and we're actually looking at Arnu here, who runs second from the blue rug. Keep an eye out also there for Aidan Baxter in the black and white.
And Aidan Baxter holding the opposition at bay, and Aidan Baxter by 2.5. Beat Arnu, third at the line was Hetfield, there followed back we go on the inside.
So that was Arnu running second there to Aidan Baxter, but Arnu has come up with the better box draw today, so of course if they come out like that again, Arnu's going to have the rail, which is going to make Aidan Baxter have to work very, very hard to get round him. We're just on a minute and a half out from a start here. Trev, I've gone 7, 2, 1 and 3. I thought Aidan Baxter and Inspector Spot would be sort of down to fight it out, but you're throwing Arnu into the mix as well, saying he might be able to hold up the rail.
Yeah, I just thought, the way they jumped the other day, Andy, they practically jumped on terms, didn't they? But Aidan Baxter had the rail on that occasion. I just thought if Arnu jumped equally as well as Aidan Baxter and holds the rail, he might take a bit of beating from box 1. So, he's got to jump though. Aidan Baxter's good though, hasn't he? He's won 13 of his 20 starts around here. And Inspector Spot, it was beaten from box 7 last time. Just couldn't get around them, and was a brilliant winner from box 3 the time before, and was beaten from box 6 before that. So maybe the wide draw just might count against Inspector Spot. We know he's brilliant, and if he comes out jet propelled, he's the one that they've all got to beat. But these other two have drawn good, Arnu and Aidan Baxter, and they're both quality sprinters. And I just thought if Arnu can jump on terms and hold the rail, he might take a bit of beating here. I'll go Arnu to beat the 7 Inspector Spot, Aidan Baxter and 3. Wheelchair Norm's one of the most improved sprinters around as well. He's picked a tough race here, there's no doubt about that. But look, he keeps going good races, doesn't he? You've got to have him at least in your trifectas in your first 4 Wheelchair Norms. So 1, 7, 2, 3 were my numbers here. Hetfield, pretty consistent type, missed out last time, but a good third the time before. Rambunctious is drawn in the middle, that counts against Rambunctious. No Leaf Clover out wide with no knowing. Can tell you that the quaddie tonight, 7 of the dogs are covered. The only one that's not covered is Rambunctious, and all of the other 7 paying the same divvy, 1980. So well done if you're still live in the quaddie so far, and you need 8, 8 and 2 to be live. And the last couple going to the boxes here for race 5. Good sprint field this. Green light is through, Bunny set a motion, they're about to jump. Race 5, ready. And racing, Arnu jumped nicely down on the inside. Aidan Baxter's missed it badly. Arnu and going up now. Wheelchair Norm heads it and round the outside. No Leaf Clover getting around the outside. Inspector Spot a length for 2 back. No knowing around the corner. But in front is Wheelchair Norm and down the outside. No Leaf Clover. Wheelchair Norm beat No Leaf Clover. Inspector Spot. Little gap there to Arnu. He had his chance really. There followed back we go to No Knowing. Rambunctious was back with Hetfield, and after missing away, Aidan Baxter towards the tail. No, he's one of the most improved sprinters around. There's no doubt about that, Wheelchair Norm. And I thought he might have just picked a tough race tonight, but he's done the job nicely, hasn't he? Anu jumped in front, every chance, but the other two just had too much speed. They've whizzed past him. Wheelchair Norm and No Leaf Clover getting around and inspect the spot. There's Aidan Baxter towards the tail there. He just didn't pick the jump tonight, nor did Hetfield. Up they come, 3, 6, 7, and then the disappointing Anu back there in about 4th spot, but about 2.5 lengths back behind the first 3. The winner, though, number 3, Wheelchair Norm, and the Black Dog by Spring Gun at a Jumping Canary, raced by M.W. Bell and trained by John McInerney at Darfield. And here's Pete with the official wrap of race number 5.
The result of the 50, Power Farming Canterbury Dash, 3, 6, 7, 1, 5, 8, 2, 4. The winner, number 3, Wheelchair Norm. Second, number 6, No Leaf Clover. Third, 7, Inspect the Spot. And the 4th placing to number 1, Anew. Now the winning time, 17.15. Lead up, 5.90. Run home, 11.25. Margins, 1 1/4 lengths, 1 1/2 lengths, 2 1/2 lengths. That's race 5, and it's gone to number 3, Wheelchair Norm.
And that's the 10th win for Wheelchair Norm at start number 35, one of a couple of the McInerney dogs in the event. Back there for the next on the greyhound side of things at Addington, race number 6, the first leg of Triple Trio, due at 6:49. But we are 4 minutes away from the first leg of the first quaddie tonight at Alexandra Park. Back with you, Craig, and there is the favourite who's resuming, Concord.
Yes, Mark, thanks for that. We haven't seen him since February. He was very good at the end of his last campaign. He ran into some very, very good maidens and ran some times in defeat. I think one night he went around about 2:42 here and got beaten. He's coming in fresh tonight on the back of a workout where there was only a couple in it, and he looks very well going on the track tonight. We'll get the result from Addington race number 5 at the Dogs on meeting code 9367 and 1. I caught up with Stephen Reid, had a talk to him about Concord, and this is what he had to say. Stephen, your maiden Concord goes round in race number 2 tonight. Hasn't come up with a great draw at barrier number 8. At the end of his campaign, though, he looked far better than a maiden. You've had one workout with him. What have you made with him?
Well, I'd put it simple like this way. The pros are that he, as you say, I think he's quite a progressive type of horse. I always thought he was going to get better with a bit of time. He was racing some pretty smart horses last time and going big races and running second to them. The cons are that I didn't bring him to Alexandra Park trials when I probably should have, and he's only had one trial at Pookie in a 2-horse field. The other con is that he's drawn 8. If I had to lean one way, I'd probably go that I still think he can win, but let's just say for the punters out there, next week he will definitely be a better horse.
So that's Stephen's honest thoughts about 8 Concord, saying that, listen, he hasn't had a lot of preparation, just the one workout going in tonight. And what I would say about tonight's field, and I'm not saying this lightly, this will be one of the best maiden fields I've seen going around in some time. We always talk about races that I think will be a lot of form coming out of them. I think there'll be a lot of form coming out of this race because, for me, a horse even like Sanzar, which is the outsider of the field at $42, I've got him in my top 3. Thought it worked really well on Saturday, this filly, and she's got an inside draw. So I think this is a race where horses that run midfield, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, can go on to win their next start. This is a really strong maiden field. Good field. Concord's the favourite. The money has come for the first starter, Jabari here, trained by Kevin Chapman, Josh Dickey aboard. Another one that's been working here in the last couple of weeks and worked up quite nicely. Not a nice draw at barrier number 7, but has looked good at the workouts. They're backing it severely. It opened at $13. It's into $4.50. Clearly, the TAB market mover race 2 is runner number 7, Jabari. Hearing through from Sal at the desk, they're taking $500, $400, $1,000 at 5, $750 at 5s, and the money just keeps coming for runner number 7. So follow the trail. That's what I'd say. Runner number 7, Jabari. If you're taking a quaddie, put it in. Open field, you may have to take a few. I went 8 on top of the 1 Sanzar at value. If you like one at really long odds, it worked well Saturday. I thought 5 Gotta Go Jazzy Jet's only a 2-year-old, but Jet's looked good in what it's done to date. And down the bottom, 13 Wainaro Mara. Nicky Chilcott takes the drive. Bad draw. Good third last start behind Barabbas, and they went 42 that night. So It's a nice field. You chuck in Joe's Dream, who was a little bit unlucky last week. It's going okay. Chevron's Easy was a hot favourite last week. Ran third tonight. You're getting $17. This is just the depth of this field. Superimposed is a nice 2-year-old. Runner number 11 ran on well last start behind the Moonraker, and he's at $21. This is a good field. One to mark down, one to watch. Horses running on will go close at their next start. Get upstairs and join Aaron. Aaron, I know that voice is not that great, mate. Sounds like you've got a bit of that dreaded lurgy, so I won't throw to you too early tonight, but just saying this is quite a strong maiden field.
Gone the way of Wainaro Mara. I thought that was a very good third fresh up from a wider draw too, and a good maiden field taken by Barabbas. Gone for the two worst draws in this. Concord number 8, he showed good ability in the maiden ranks last campaign, and I, like you, I don't think he'd be a maiden too much longer. 2 Jessica Bromack with a nice draw, and we'll put in the 5, got to go Jazzy Jet, Tony Hurley for Frank Cooney and Tate Hopkins. There's been plenty of word around this Jeremy's Jet filly since arriving on course. 13, 8, 2 and 5.
Thanks, Aaron. So first leg of the quaddie just about to get underway. It is the Have Your Christmas function at Alexandra Park Mobile for the maidens over.
The runners brushing up and behind the yellow bar arm for the second on the program tonight. Thank you, Craig, with the runners for the second and behind the yellow bar arm. This is the Have Your Christmas function at Alexandra Park. Those Christmas function packages available now. Further information, alexandrapark.co.nz. Dinner and lunch packages, beverage package options, Christmas theming, AV options, complimentary parking and much more. At Dispatch 2200, green light flashes. They're off and racing. Joe's Dream, Jessica Bromack, Sands are all get out nicely. Jabari comes forward with Concord. Chevron's Easy gets a nice enough run through from the second line, and got to go Jazzy Jets managed to get across to one off as they work on to the stables corner. Wise Goddess the next, followed by the grey. The Keystone Kid as Wise Goddess paces roughly, in fact gallops around the first bend. Artful dodges that. Back on the inside, Wainaro Mara superimposed and Eyebrow get around him. And back last now is Wise Goddess. So into the back they go. And around to lead this debutant by Better's Delight. Jabari leads by 3/4. Concord presses it now the outside for Stephen Reid. I think the lead is there for the Reid man, and he'll go off and find it too now with Concord. Joe's Dream on the inside. Jessica Bromack about to be left park. The lead time in 43.6 as they turn off the back. Sands of the inside. Oh, I've got to go Jazzy Jet. Then the Keystone Kid around Chevron's Easy. 2 lengths superimposed Artful. Eyebrow Wainaro Mara is getting right up on the nickel back second last, and back last is Wise Goddess as they pace off the showgrounds bend and work down the lane, and Concord he's found the front and he's getting a soft first section of the final mile here, and we'll find that through in 32.4. Over Jabari coming forward now, got to go Jazzy Jet, and Tony H, the debutante by Jeremy's Jet, gets up outside the speed with a circuit to go. Superimposed Eyebrow, they start 3 wide claims. Then Joe's Dream, the Keystone Kid, Wainaro Mara's got out 3, soon to be 4 wide as the grey punches them out there. Sanzar's back with Artful, Chevron's Easy and Wise Goddess. They put the stables behind them, 800 to go. Have Your Christmas function at Alex Park, pace second quarter in 29.8. Concord over superimposed and Eyebrow makes a line of 3. 2 lengths away, got to go Jazzy Jet, Jabari the inside, then Joe's Dream, Jessica Bromack. The Keystone Kid with Sansa back on the inside. Wainaro Mara, Artful back in the field. Chevron's Easy, Wise Goddess. 500 to go, off the back they come. They're low flying down the back here. Concord with Eyebrow out 3 wide. Superimposed between runners. Quarter down the back, 27 and 7. Jabari waits the passing lane. Got to go Jazzy Jet, Joe's Dream, Jessica Bromack, the Keystone Kid, Sansa. They're waiting for ground as they come for home. Homeward bound Concord. Off its back Jabari. Joe's Dream passing lane. Out wider got to go Jazzy Jet. Superimposed is still there. Concord, Jabari. Throw on the inside. Joe's Dream with purpose. Joe's Dream. Is she going to get that elusive maiden victory tonight? She is. Joe's Dream is in. Jabari second. Got to go Jazzy Jet third. Good runs by the debutantes, and Chevron's Easy. There's the Black Booker up for fourth. Concord superimposed, the Keystone Kid and Sansa. Back in the field, Jessica Bromack, Eyebrow and Artful, Wainaro Mara, and Wise Goddess, 243.1, 29.4, 57.1 was that final 800 metres. Joe's Dream, she's done it. She's cracked her maiden tonight. Start 11, gets a well-deserved victory too. They've got to go collect filly. Amanda Kitty trained at Pukekohe and James Stormont. It opened up nicely through on the inside as Jabari came off the leader's back. Jabari, a good debut by him. Got to go Jazzy Jet, also a nice run for third, and Chevron's Easy's made up plenty of ground for fourth, and they have your Christmas function at Alexandra Park. Mobile pace. Good congratulations to the connections of Joe's Dream. That first photo on the wall tonight.
Official placings, race 2, the Have Your Christmas Function at Alex Park, mobile pace. 4, 7, 5, 9, 8, 11. 4, 7, 5, 9, 8, 11. Horse 4, Joe's Dream, paced the 2200 metres in 2:43.12. Mile rate of 159.3. Last 857.1. The 429.4. The margins 3/4 of a length, 1 1/4 lengths. 4, 7, 5, 9, 8, 11. Race 2. Have your Christmas function here at Alexandra Park. Mobile pace.
For Joe's Dream, back at the head of the field. Congratulations to Mrs. L. Grayling, G.J. Gooden, Mrs. J.M. Gooden, and Miss Amanda Kitty for the first win of Joe's Dream. Career win 1 at start 11 tonight, back at the head of the field. Got to go collect a Bay 3-year-old filly out of Maryland Bromack. Was bred by the Goodens too, Mrs. J.A. and G.J. Amanda Kitty, one of the co-owners, the trainer out of Pukekohe. And James Stormont, Jimmy doing the driving back at the head of the field. Auckland Trotting Club steward Roger Barnes down there, part of the victory celebrations. A wine bottle trophy there to the winning connections of Joe's Dream. 7 Jabari, Better's Delight, Tamarind Brown 3-year-old gelding for G.A. Igo and KK Chapman. Kevin Chapman trained at Amberley, Joshua Dickey. 5 Got to Go Jazzy Jet for third. Jeremy's Jet Bay 2-year-old filly out of Got to Go Harmony, raced by Mrs. S.J. Martin and T.R. Hopkins. Frank Cooney and Tate Hopkins, the trainers out of Taupaki, and Tony Herlihy. 4 Joe's Dream, for her maiden success, pays 12 the win and 3.30 the place, 12 and 3.30. 7 Jabari, $2.30, 2.30. 5 Got to Go Jazzy Jet, $2.10, 2.10. Quinella, $32.10, 32.10. Trifecta, $342.90, 342.90. First 4, $2,184.10, 2,184.10. The first double on the program, numbers 2 and 4, $15.90, 15.90, and 2, 7 in the concession, $7.40, 7.40.
And he's got a lot of time for Unyielding Spirit. Of course, not old enough to own the horses. Mum owns it, and Nina does a great job along with Greg, and they've equalled their best ever by winning emphatically with Mighty Peruvian earlier on in the program. Dexter done out to $1.45. Ricky May with those 3 points from the win in race 2 at 2.40. Any other individual now would appear out of play. Inside a minute out from a start in this one. I thought either Parramatta or Seal the Deal, Jericho, they're the top three without doubt. Cullen's Lady, you could find an argument for Sonnet Sun too, but yeah, Seal the Deal was ultra impressive on Sunday, Jason Tees, and for that reason he's found the top of my selections, along with the fact that Robbie Close driving with a lot of confidence at the moment.
Yes, exactly right, Greg. Obviously, it is going to be tough for the horse to win twice in a week. This is quite a big step up here. Some lovely horses. I went Jericho to win, actually. Steve Golding driving for the birthday boy, Brent White. So it'll be apt of Jericho to get home. Since joining Brent's stable, this horse has come a lot more solid, and he's a good, tough staying horse. So I think he can take this race. Cullen's Lady, she always races well. She's another mare, but stays a bit too, so 2,600 metres will suit her. Sonnet Sun off the inside. Great each way value about this horse. He's won 7. He's been in just about all the country cups in the South Island in his time, Sonnet Sun. So he went really good at Oamaru in a similar type of race, and from a stand he's very potent too. And I put in Parramatta fourth, number 4, left out the favourite, Seal the Deal. So obviously we'll see how we go. I just thought it was a big step up for the horse tonight. But obviously it is pretty smart, and Parramatta put in some good sectionals the other day at Rangiora after getting a long way back in the race, so could be the value after dropping back into C1. 5, 8, 1 and 4 for me, as we're not too far away from turning in. For race number 3, the Christian Cullen Junior Drivers. Pace, 2,600 metres. They start this at the top of the straight, down and then 2 circuits of Addington Raceway. Sonnet Sun walks into barrier 1. Chantalia Knight now in the Andrew Stewart colours alongside. Finding Nemo, rearing Parramatta. There goes the tape, or Finding Nemo went backwards and reared as the tape went, and as a conspicuous last early, Sonnet Sun made his great beginning down on the inside. Chantalia Knight quickly out to trail, wider out Jericho moving forward. As to is Real Cool Dude and Cullen's Lady down the outside early, so a bit of a charge. Just sitting down and behind horses early is Seal the Deal from Billy Klondike, who's away much better than what he was 24 hours ago. Then came Parramatta last of a group, and a long gap away to Finding Nemo, who is last, about 20 lengths away. They head out and around towards the 2,100 metres mark, and Jericho's found the top here for Steve Golding. Leads by a length and a half over in the trail, Sonnet Sun. Left without cover is Cullen's Lady. Real Cool Dude 1-1 early from 3 back the inside, Chantalia Knight. Silver Deal was the next horse, followed back then by Billy Klondike and Parramatta, and Finding Nemo still about 25 lengths away. Down the far side they work, they're on their way to the 1,800 metres mark, and Jericho, for the birthday boy Brent White, shows the way. A length and a half in advance of Cullen's Lady the outside, and Sonnet Sun the inner. Real Cool Dude is 1-1 as they work off the back. 3 back the inside is Chantalia Knight. On its outside is Silver Deal, the $2.70 favourite for Robbie Close's back midfield. From over the inside, the grey Billy Klondike. And Parramatta is last of a group, still tailed off as Finding Nemo. It's got no chance tonight. The Christian Cullen Junior Drivers pace field come around the turn. 1:18.6 was the lead time, and it is Jericho in control. A length and a half in advance of Cullen's Lady, still no moves. Third the inside is Sonnet Sun for Anika Lee. 1-1 Real Cool Dude. 3 back the inside is Chantalia Knight. Silver Deal, the race favourite, still driven patiently by Close. 3 back and 1 off, 1,200 left to run. Billy Klondike is back on the inside, and Parramatta Viata, forget Finding Nemo. On the bend out of the straight, 1,100 left to run. The son of Tomahawk, Jericho, paces the opening quarter in 29.9. 1.5 in advance of Cullen's Lady. Third the inside is Sonnet Sun. 1-1 Real Cool Dude. 3 back the mark is Chantalia's Knight. On its outside is Silver Deal. Still about 5 lengths off the lead as they head up into the back. Second last the inside is Billy Klondike, and Parramatta just looking for a card into the race as last of a group. Down the side, 700 left to run. Jericho fuller running on top. 1.5 Cullen's Lady. Silver Deal is now out and coming 3 wide. So Sonnet Sun is back on the inner. The opening quarter was 30.2, 60.1 was the half. 3 wide also as they come off the back is Parramatta trying to work into the race from Chantalia Knight. Further back is Billy Klondike dropping off Real Cool Dude. 450 left to run. Jericho from now back on the inner, Sonnet Sun. Deeper out on the track, Silver Deal is a bit flat though. Parramatta's was working into the race. It looks a danger. Further back, Chantalia Knight, Billy Klondike, Cullen's Ladies dropped out in the straight. Back straight quarter, 28.9, and Jericho's got 3 lengths on them. Sonnet Sun, then Seal the Deal. Deeper out, Parramatta, Chantalia Knight running on for a minor prize, but Jericho has picked the right night to win. Brent White, happy birthday. Jericho bolts in, Chantalia Knight second, third Seal the Deal. Next in then was Sonnet Sun from Parramatta, a long gap Billy Klondike, further back Cullen's Lady, Real Cool Dude, and Finding Nemo galloped out and was tailed off throughout. The winner, Jericho, at 6.50 and 180. Rolled to the top early for Stevie Golding. Final quarter, 29, 158.0 the last mile. He just rolled along at 29 quarters, and they couldn't get him. Jericho gets win 2. Gee, Chantalia Knight. That's a big effort by the Sun and Night Rainbow. That'll get through for second. And favourite Seal the Deal will hold third in front of Sonnet Sun. When they win on your birthday, Greg, I reckon that's an extra drink.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. The big bear who part owns it, he'll be first to the bar, I'm sure. Win 2, start 25, and a very good season it has been for trainer Brent White. Win 14 for his barn. He doesn't have a huge number, but when they line up, they invariably race well. Stevie Golding joins Craig Ferguson at the top of the junior drivers, with Robbie Close honing in on them, just 2 behind. Found the front here, and as Jason quite rightly said, rolled those even section, which you could see here coming off the back. Stevie with a lap full of horse, and he dashed away and won. Congratulations to Mrs. McCutcheon and Ball-Ace and Jericho. 2 strong here in the junior drivers' pace. Penalty-free win, and we've got another opportunity at the C1 grade. Second up the line, Chantalia Knight. Yes, Jack Harrington charging into second. Nice effort, fresh up since February. And Seal the Deal making a fair fist of it. Only second time to the races. Judges call, and we'll complete the result of race 3.
Fourth has gone to 1 Sonnet Sun from 4 Parramatta and 10 Billy Klondike. 5, 2, 6, 1, 4, 10. The margins 3.5 lengths, half a length, 3/4 of a length, a neck. Winner's time was 3:16.3, a mile rate of 2:01.5. The last 857.5, last 428.8.
57.5, 28.8. That made it almost impossible for those back in the field, and he's dominated from the top end here. Jericho, 2 strong for them in race number 3. Dividends not too far away. Race 4, of course, starts the turbo terminating pick 6, 8 minutes past 7 the start time. Here's the divs from the previous. 6.50 and 180 Jericho, Chantalia Knight 5.50, Seal the Deal 1.30. 61.40 Quinella, 468.50 a trifecta, 5.261 first 4, $3,383.10. And strongly tipped out there by Jason T's Jericho comes in and takes out race number 3. Did complete our opening treble. Matatoki in the first leg, of course the emphatic Mighty Peruvian, and now Jericho, $59.80, $59.80, 3.16, a very good time here in the third. Mark, we'll hand it back to you. Race 4, Lamb and Hayward, Golden Girls, Heat 1. Gee, it's an open go to kick things off for the Terminator. Parissa, $6. Strong support about her. Inside back row won't make it easy. Zena Mack took a long time to win a maiden. Take 44 starts to be exact. Very good last week though at Rangiora behind Western Art. Made up a stack of ground. Fernley Hannah's at $11. Johnny Cox takes the drive. The bottom two's where the money is at. Incredible Anvil. Beautifully bred Mark III out of Waihemo Rainship for Morris Calder and Gavin Smith. And Valor Luster. Ivan Court took out the race that Joe Mocha had his first individual win with earlier at Alexandra Park, and 2:30, 1:35, 3:10, 1:30 for Dexter Dunn. Get involved, I'm sure it will well and truly exceed the $50,000 on offer tonight, the Terminator.
Yes, certainly, Greg, and Valor Luster is the runner that was highlighted last night on Thursday night under lights. Good performances around the Nelson circuit. Valor Luster certainly one to include in that turbo terminating pick 6. Yep, 3 legs. 3 at Addington, 3 at Alexandra Park. Races 4, 5 and 6 from both venues, and if you're punting, it's meeting code 20. Gets underway at 8 minutes after 7 here trackside 1. Looking forward to that. Speaking of Addington Raceway, we're back there for the next of the Greyhounds after this.
Yes, wake up and recognise the bonus scheme that is providing extra incentives to your thoroughbreds earnings. With
the place. Double Paul currently at $1,100. Good luck with your investments in the Majestic Horse Floats Mobile Pace. As race 3 on the program, 12 minutes of betting time available.
To Addington Raceway, up to race number 6 on the card on the dog side of things, and it is the Carroll's TAB Stakes. Very, very even old field we do have here. Very, very even old field. Sorry, I had a technical difficulty there. And with the fixed odds, the favourite currently is number 6, Opawa Amy, $4.50 with the book, just in front of number 1, No Laughing, at $4.80. Lagoon Bell also in the market at 5s. Hello Blondie, Jibber Jabber Jewel and Homebush Chopper all around the $6 mark. So very, very even affair here, and a very even way to kick off tonight's triple trio. Of course, $5,000 in the pool there. It's already gone above that. 5,321 currently in the pool and climbing. 5, 1, 3 and 2 were my numbers here. I've gone with Jibber Jabber Jewel on top. You'd be looking at the form thinking I'm a madman. 8, 7, 6, 5 and 7. Funny dog to follow is Jibber Jabber Jewel. He's not the bravest racing into the first bend, but if he gets an ounce of luck early, I thought he would take some sort of beating. His run here 2 starts ago was better than it looks on paper, and that was in behind Dinah Vickers. So big step down in the class here for him, down to C3s from racing the C4s and of course the C5s. So with an ounce of luck, I thought he could take out the race. Number 1, No Laughing for Crafty Cleve, doesn't mind drawing down near the rail and does have a wee bit of early speed on her day, does No Laughing, and if she can use that and hold up the rail early, she's another one with a big chance of taking it out. Number 3, Lagoon Bell, another one for Craig Roberts. She was a very impressive winner here 2 starts ago when she led all of the way in a 30 and 55. Again, she probably needs to find the bunny early to be a winning chance. There could be a good wee charge to the first bend here, but if she was to come out in front, then she would become the one they all have to beat. Number 2, No Smiggle, probably racing in career best form. No Smiggle clocked a 30 and 34 here 2 starts ago, and if she was to clock that again, that would be pretty tough to beat. She's a very, very hard to follow, is No Smiggle, very in and out. Very strong at the end of her races though, No Smiggle, so if she's anywhere near them, she's going to take some sort of beating. Your favourite Opawa Amy, number 6, I've left it out of my top 4. We're going to go back and take a look at her though. This was last start in the Gold Rug, finishing 3rd in behind Hugo Flash. She's a very strong dog, is Opawa Amy. She'll get back and she'll be charging home late in the piece if she can get a run at them anywhere in the run. She's going to take some sort of stopping. The VT's just not quite there to take a look at, but she's another one that is dropping in grade, is Opawa Amy, so if she can get down to the rail and get a run at them anywhere near it, she'll take some sort of holding out. We'll head up to you, Trev. 5, 1, 3 and 2 for me. I've left the favourite out. I think you've probably got her on top, so what were your numbers?
Yeah, I went 6, 1, 8, 2 here, Andy. Just a hint of better things to come. That last start, 3rd, Opawa Amy. And I've got her on the mix. I put the one in, No Laughing. I put Homebush Chopper in. I'd love to see him come back to his best again. It's still fresh in my mind when he demolished a good Dunedin Cup field, this fella, Homebush Chopper. He's going to be dangerous back in Class 3 if he can pick the jump here. 2 No Smiggle, but it's a bit hard to back him, I guess. Form line of 8, 7, 6, 4 and 8, bit like Jibber Jabber Jill, but they're pretty good on their day. All they've got to do is jump and get onto the bunny, and Homebush Chopper hasn't been doing that lately, but no, he's pretty good when he's on. But back in Class 3 here, it could be dangerous. However, I've gone for Opawa Amy, 6182, and just about ready. 520, green light is through, bunny set of motion, set the jump, race 6. Ready, racing, and the field away, best out would have been wide. Homebush Chopper has got across and led here. Going up on the outside, Hello Blondie, and right there on the inside, Lagoon Bell. Round the turn out of the straight they go. Hello Blondie's headed Homebush Chopper. They're followed down on the inside, Lagoon Bell. Now trying to progress around the outside, cover to cover, Jibber Jabber Jill. They're followed back, we go there. 3 lengths, No Laughing, well back, No Smiggle, and tailed off at the moment. Opawa Amy around the corner, but clear in front, Hello Blondie. Hello Blondie will score from Homebush Chopper, better run tonight. Then Lagoon Bell, Jibber Jabber Jill making up ground late. They're followed further back there by perhaps heading the rest cover to cover. Back there towards the tail, No Smiggle, and Opawa Amy would have been back there as well. There's the running of race 6, and you'll find that it's been a bit too strong in front here. Hello Blondie, 4 blue Hello Blondie, the winner, got to the lead, and Homebush Chopper's run a better race tonight, jumped in front. And even though it was headed early in the run home, it's battled on pretty well. Homebush Chopper for second. Lagoon Bell will be third, and at them late, Jibber Jabber Jill. Don't know what happened to Opawa Amy. There she is on the green rug. Just watch her because she might have got bashed early, I don't know, but she's run a long last. Anyway, the winner, no doubt about it, getting the prize, Hello Blondie, and that's a form bitch by Donna Lachlan out of Delusionist, Ray Adcock and Ray Amer. The owners and trained by Ray Adcock at Dunsandel, and with the official wrap of race 6, let's join Pete.
The result of the 6th, the Carroll's TAB Stakes. 4, 8, 3, 5, 1, 7, 2, 6. The winner, number 4, Hello Blondie. Second, number 8, Homebush Chopper. Third, 3, Lagoon Bell. And the fourth placing to number 5, Jibber Jabber Jill. The winning time was 30.36. Sectionals, 5.83, 18.01 and 12.35. The margins, 3 1/4 lengths, 1 length and 2 lengths. Race 6, the winner, number 4, Hello Blondie.
Yeah, another success here too for the Adcock team after winning with Robbie a bit earlier on in the program. Ray gets his second win of the night in race number 6 tonight, and both the Rays, Adcock and Amer, share in the ownership. Race number 7 from the Christchurch Greyhounds is the Mac Development Sprint. It's due at 7:23 here on Trackside 1. Number 11, Cully's Delight, favourite here for the third event to Craig Thompson as we return to you.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Very even field, race number 3 tonight for the Class 1 to 3 paces over the 2,200 metres. The horse on screen at the moment is your favourite, Cully's Delight. She's got an awkward draw from 3 the second row, but she was luckless last start. That is why she is short on the tote and the fixed odds. And it was in a significantly stronger field behind Rock and Ruby that night. She got back 3 the fence, and the gaps just never appeared. She finished hard held in behind them, 3 lengths off Rock and Ruby. She does need a little bit of luck in transit from that draw, but it is a big drop back in class for Cully's Delight, and I thought she was a good chance tonight. Actually put her on top. Race 3, horse number 11, Cully's Delight, as we get the result from meeting 9, race 6, Hello Blondie, 860, 210, Homebush Chopper, 260, Lagoon Bell, 220. Got the Quinella, the trifecta, the doubles paid $40.60. The concession, $30.40, and your treble, 2, 3 and 4, $213.20. That is from the Addington Dogs. Horse on screen is a quick one. Stephen Reid takes the drive. This is what he had to say. Stephen, a quick one. Picked up 2 nice wins at Cambridge. What happened last week?
Well, I don't know if you saw her, but she actually stacked a little bit of an act, and she has done that previous in her career early on. I do put myself at blame a little bit for her doing that, and tonight I'll rectify that. She drew one. She never got off the gate. She got stuck on the fence. If you're doing sectionals, 2:42 home and 56, I actually thought she went all right. I don't think she's out of this race tonight.
Stephen with his thoughts about runner number 10, A Quick One. 2 good wins from its last 3 starts, and yes, not much like last after getting back on the fence. And a very quickly run race, and of course that race was taken out by Rocker Band, who goes round later in the program. Horse 3 is Bourbon Street. Salish Abernathy takes the drive. Gallop last start when looking to lead. Prior to that was a winner on this track, beating Handlebar Hank. Usually has good gate speed, Bourbon Street. They like to run on the speed, and saying that, there's a couple that like to run on the speed. Arms of an Angel is one that likes to go forward. Hadrian can, Idealistic can. So it's a relatively quick front row, and be interesting to see who looks to go forward and who looks to take a sit. But Bourbon Street's modus operandi usually is to go forward from the draw, so I'm predicting that will happen again tonight. I marked them 11 on top. I put Arms of an Angel in as an each-way chance. $12, probably the best value in the race. She's a nice filly. Haven't spotted her at the workouts or trials, but I'm sure she won't be too far away tonight from barrier number 4. Bourbon Street goes in the mix, and A Quick One. Stephen Reid, as he mentioned, should get a good run through on the back of Soul Man here, and if you get back to that form that she showed at Cambridge 2 starts ago when she won, this race is well within her grasp. Runner number 10, A Quick One. Westburn Courage was placed at his last start. That was behind Rock and Ruby. He got the trail that night. Of course, he gets in here under the conditions pretty well. Dylan Ferguson takes the drive. Not a great draw for him tonight, though, so we'll need a little bit of luck in transit. He tends to like them to go hard all the way, and he probably lacks a yard of high speed. So the harder they go, the better for runner number 12, Westburn Courage. Through from the racing desk, Cully's Delight is the best back runner. Hearing through. Bets of around about 2,000 and 1,000 on runner number 11, Cully's Delight, best back runner, race number 3 tonight. And I thought she's a nice bet, even at the 370 price, 380 as we talk in race number 3. Aaron White's numbers, he's 3, 12, 11 and 10. He's got Bourbon Street on top. Aaron, as I come to you, 30 seconds out from the Majestic Horse Fleet's mobile pace.
Going with the 3 over the 12, 11 and 10 here, Craig Bourbon Street. A nice winner in a similar race to this 2 starts ago. Of course, got it wrong last Friday night. Salish Abernathy will put in the 12, Westburn Courage, 11, Cully's Delight, and 10, A Quick One. All good chances here. Good series, these, but I'll stick with the 3, Bourbon Street, to bounce back here. 3, 12, 11 and 10.
Thanks, Aaron. Of course, pick 6, the Turbo pick 6 will start at Addington, so you've got around about, it's 7 o'clock now, we've got about 10 minutes to get involved in pick 6. First leg starts on that Turbo pick 6 at 8 minutes past 7. So get involved. Last night's terminating pick 6 at Forbury Park reached 59,000, so well worth getting involved. If it becomes Ruffy's winning 3 or 4 of the legs, it may well go down.
Joe Mocker picked up his first winner in race 1 tonight with the Fiery Luster. Can he make it a double here with VC Dell at a barrier 1? Bourbon Street comes forward. Arms of an Angel is up. Soul Man comes forward. You Better You Bet and Hadrian, Idealistic and Fibre Optic. Thank you, Craig. Second row horses with a Vengeance, A Quick One, Cully's Delight and Westburn Courage. So working into the lane, starter Frankie Phelan. Majestic Horse Floats, Mobile Pace, green lights, and they're racing. Arms of an Angel blasts off the Mobile to be the early leader. You Better You Bet will come forward. Bourbon Street and back on the inside. VC Dell. Idealistic is also coming forward for Dane Alexander. Fibre Optic was up there in the early rush looking for a position now. Back on the inside with a Vengeance. Soul Man back in the field with Hadrian. Cully's Delight, A Quick One, and Westburn Courage will be the last pair. Heading out to the 1,800 metres, and Arms of an Angel, Megan Tees, a length and a half. VC Del, Joe Mock has got the trail. Idealistic continues to move forward, as to Fibre Optic. Idealistic got down to Park. Fibre Optic comes forward on that, back on the inside with a Vengeance. Then You Better You Bet in the running line, tracked up by Bourbon Street. A Quick One the inside. Soul Man, Hadrian, Cully's Delight, Westburn Courage, the last trio. 44.2 the lead time as they turn off the back, and Fibre Optic whistles around and gets the lead here for Fergie as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. Leading by a length, Idealistic, Arms of an Angel now trailing. In the 1-1 is You Better You Bet. That has VC Dell now 3 back on the inside. Bourbon Street to its outside, then With a Vengeance, Soul Man running together. Back on the inside, a quick one from Hadrian. Kelly's Delight well back, one of the favourites in the contest. And Westburn Courage, 30 and 9 the opening quarter. Majestic Horse floats pace down to the Judge Bell, 1 to go. And Fibre Optic will pace them into the final circuit over Idealistic, and trailing Arms of an Angel, You Better You Bet, Todd McFarlane 1-1, VC Dell 3 back on the inside. Then came Bourbon Street, Salish Abernathy with a Vengeance back, 4 back against the marker line. Soul Man on the outside of a quick one, and the Reed Man well back is Hadrian. Westburn Courage, Dylan Ferguson looking to take off, and Kelly's Delight will try and get onto the back of Westburn Courage and progress forward from last, 31 and 4 the second quarter. Fibre Optic through the back over Idealistic, Bourbon Street. He comes forward now with Purpose out 3. Arms of an Angel will wait the passing lane. You Better You Bet 1-1. Soul Man 3 wide. With cover 4 wide. Westburn Courage back on the inside. VC Dell then With a Vengeance. A quick one. Hadrian. And Kelly's Delight still back last and 8 lengths off our leader. Quarter down the back. 28 and 7. Fibre Optic, but Bourbon Street closes in powerfully now. Gets the lead short of the home turn. Idealistic, Arms of an Angel. You Better You Bet, Soul Man, Hadrian to the outside. Homeward bound, Bourbon Street strides away by 2. You Better You Bet, Arms of an Angel. Fibre Optic, Soul Man With a Vengeance. Hadrian down the outside. In front, Bourbon Street trying hard. You Better You Bet, Bourbon Street. He's back tonight. Bourbon Street, You Better You Bet, Hadrian for 3rd. Then we've got With a Vengeance, Arms of an Angel. Back on the inside, VC Dell, Soul Man and Kelly's Delight, all in a line and behind. Further back in the field then to a quick one. Fibre Optic was back, as to Westburn Courage, Idealistic. 244.8, 29.7 was the final quarter. Given a lovely drive by Salish Abernathy, Bourbon Street. Got things wrong in the early stages of his run last week. He was a nice winner in similar company to this 2 starts ago, and he's bounced right back. The son of Mark 3. You Better You Bet will get 2nd. Stablemate to the winner, Hadrian 3rd. And then we've got a line-up there for a 4th, where the Vengeance was piercing through. Arms of an Angel, VC Dell through on the inside, Soul Man. And a few others in that lineup there too. But the Majestic Horse Floats Mobile Pace will go the way of number 3, Bourbon Street.
Placings in race 3, the Majestic Horse Floats Mobile Pace are confirmed for the first 3 placings, and then comes very close photos. So 3, 5 and 6 are confirmed. Then in a very close photo for 4th and 5th, 9 and 4. Then comes another close photo, 2 and 11. So 3, 5, 6 confirmed race 3, the Majestic Horse Floats Mobile Pace. Photos for the minors.
We'll let Judge Graham McLennan peruse that photo further as we look at Bourbon Street, raced by J.H. Butcher and Mrs. P.R. Butcher. Congratulations, win 3 at start 19. A Mark 3 4-year-old bay gelding out of Bremner Bay. Was bred by the Coolers, BL and Mrs. K.E. Adrian Matthews prepared at Pukekohe, and Salish Abernathy with a lovely drive gets Bourbon Street home in the Majestic Horse Floats Mobile Pace. 5, You Better You Bet, Better's Delight, Mahir Glen Bay, 7-year-old mare for 2nd, raced by J.S. Darby, T.A. McFarlane. RP and JG Gooden. Ray Darby trained at Patamahoe. Todd McFarlane and 6 Hadrian. Julius Caesar, Brown Beauty. Brown 6-year-old gelding raced by Ms. CM Wig. Adrian Matthews trained at Pookie, and Jay Abernathy did the driving there.
Yes, official placings now. Majestic Horse Floats Mobile Pace 356942. 356942. Horse 3, Bourbon Street, paced the 2200 metres in 2:44.81. Mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.5. Last 858.2, the 429.4. The margins, 1 1/4 lengths, 1 length, a half length. 356942, race 3, the Majestic Horse Floats Mobile Pace.
Number 3, Bourbon Street, $4.10 and $1.50, $4.10 and $1.50. 5 You Better You Bet, $7.90, $7.90. 6 Hadrian, $4.20, $4.20. Quinella, $44.40, $44.40. Trifecta, $541.50, $541.50. First 4, $3,050.80, $3,050.80. Jackpot in the first 4 to race 4 of $2,196, so just short of $2,200 jackpotting into the first 4 for race 4. Early treble tonight, 2, 4 and 3, $123.50, $123.50.
On the eventual winner, Jericho, and there's been a $3,000 investment here to win on Valor Luster, so $3,000 at the $2.50, the mare by McCardle, and of course owner Ivan Court looking for a double, having won with Fiery Luster in race number 1 at Alexandra Park tonight. There's little Tess. She looks pretty well. Like I say, she tipped out Glenys Schmiel last time, and she's been hobbling ever since. Glenys, you'll be tuned in. I hope you're well and truly on the mend. I'm sure you are. And hopefully she can go her best race tonight. And if she does, having won 4 races, she gets into this race beautifully. A CO to C2 with conditions, and she gets off the front row. So she should be competitive. Zena Mack, 44 starts to finally break the maidens, and then a storming late finish from wide out behind Western Art and Mighty Mara last time. So yeah, on that run, Zena Mack has to be considered, and it's in the head-to-head here with Incredible Anvil. A smiling Stevie Golding here, Jason Tees. He's finally got to Craig Ferguson, and that pick 6 pull, nearly at 92,000. This is what we can expect right throughout the month of July.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it, Greg? I love the pick 6s, and great to see a pick 6 back tomorrow, actually, just quietly at the Gallops too, so we're looking forward to that. And, well, pretty tough old way to start it, isn't it? I think Valor Luster, quite clearly, if it had drawn anywhere but 14, I think would have been probably a $1.90 shot here. And just the way she loves to get out onto the speed, very much Fiery Luster like, Valor Luster, and Dexter on, Ivan Quarter. I think she can win if she gets luck in the race. Obviously, Parissa, lovely mare, but very in and out. Drawn 1 in the second row here, following out a maiden. Is going to need a little bit of luck, obviously, too, but Robbie Close just seems to find luck wherever he puts them at the moment, and that's good if you're backing them. 5 Stylish Babe, coming out of the Southland, Otario's Golden Girls series, and pretty quick time down there each occasion, and there's a couple of races at Forbury that went 156, and at least one occasion, and Stylish Babe was running on and behind them. Steve Golden on board is not the worst here, and it's probably the one I like the most on the front line, and that was Niyaki. 2 starts ago it was great here, and then last start down at Forbury it had no luck at all. It is going to win a race short notice, and when it does, it's going to blow the punters out. And if it's any luck tonight, it could be over as well. So moving up for the Lamb and Hayward, Golden Girls, heat number 1. Tremendous series, the Golden Girls, run throughout New Zealand. This is the Canterbury Series, Canterbury Winter Series. Misjudgment down in 1. City Carriage up from the deep south. Swiss Lass. City Bromac now with Michael House. Almost there, the 1950. Got some time here, ready. Green light. They're underway and pacing. Little Tess from out wide is trying to get across them. Poking up in between horses is Tilly Bromac. Misjudged along the inside. Swiss Lass is in the first 4 early from down on the inside. Parissa out wide on the track then as they come across the top. On their first occasion now is going to be Doshort, and also trying to get around them too. Incredible Anvil from the back row. Then came a Stylish Babe. Further away, Valaluster pushing through as well. Down on the inside, City Courage, then Zena Mac. Well back in the field is LaCroix Franco. Back in the field now is Doshort. Back with second last Fernley Hanna and Wozniacki's 8 lengths away. Lead time 23.8 through the straight. 13.50 left to run. Little Tess found the top from towards the outside. It's been tackled though by the deep summoner Incredible Anvil, who's going to look for the leader lap out. Out deep on the track is Stylish Babe, looking to get down to park as Incredible Anvil took over. Tilly Bromac now 1-1, 3 wide the favourite. Valaluster on the improve. 3 back the inside is Misjudged from Parissa, 4 back. Swiss Lass the outside of that, then City Courage buried on the markers. Xenamac on its outside, a length and a half away, LaCroix Franco. Back with Wozniacki taking up ground on the inside. 2 lengths to short, and last is Fernley Hanna. 15 lengths first to last. Into the back, the Lamb and Hayward Golden Girls Series Heat 1. Led up by Incredible Anvil. 29.5 the opening quarter. A length in advance of Valaluster down to parked. Little Tess down on the inside the trail. In the 1-1 sit Stylish Babe from Misjudgment, 3 back the inside. Around that is Tilly Bromac from Parissa, Swiss Lass, City Courage. Well back in the field, Zena Mac. 30.8 the second quarter. 60.3 was the half. Well back in the field too is Wozniacki. LaCroix Franco back with Goshort, and at the back of the field Fernley Hanna. 400 metres left to go. Incredible Anvil comes up to the home turn. Little Tess fair bolting awaits the passing lane if it can wait that long. Valaluster outside the leaders. They're 3 lengths clear of Misjudgment. Back straight quarter 30.3 and running on from the back Stylish Babe and Parissa clearing traffic. Valaluster found the front though at the 150 in front of Incredible Anvil. Little Tess just battling up the passing lane. Parissa and Zena Mac and down the outside, flying home late on the scene from a long way back in the race then was Fernley Hanna, but you'll find Valaluster wins. Fernley Hanna was eye-catching up for second. Close third, Zena Mac and Parissa. Then Incredible Anvil, Goshort, Little Tess. Behind those, Misjudgment with Tilly Bromac and Swiss Lass. Further back in the field then was Stylish Babe. Then City Courage, Wozniacki and LaCroix Franco at the back of the field. Valaluster had to work overtime, but it was too good for them. See if there's a run here. Fernley Hanna almost had to look twice. 28.7 the last quarter, 159.3 the last mile. Valaluster's streeted them. Fernley Hanna, what a run this. Second at home, and third will be Parissa in front of Zena Mac, both making up good ground in front of Incredible Anvil. There's race 4, Greg. The winner good, but how big was Fernley Hanna?
Yeah, very good. You could see coming off the back, Valaluster was the one to beat. Ivan Court with an owning double. This one he trains, of course. Back-to-back wins now, 3 from 25 by McArdle out of Regal Luster. The Luster breed that he's had such a long association with. Dexter Dunn goes to 202 for the season. She had to do plenty of work, had to sit alongside Incredible Anvil, but you could see coming off the back, Dexter hadn't gone for her. She got there pretty comfortably, and she goes back-to-back. The Golden Girls Series Heat 1 to Valaluster, and for backers of her in the Turbo Terminator, they will be very pleased. Closed around $2.60 and bolts in here in the Lamb and Hayward Heat number 1 of the Golden Girls Series. Good in second, Fernley Hanna. You're right about that, Jason. Charged home, Parissa, Zena Mac. They're all going to win some more races as we get the judges' call to confirm.
The winner is 14, Valaluster. Second, 12, Fernley Hanna. And third, 10, Parissa. Fourth has gone to 11, Zena Mac. From 13, Incredible Anvil. And 7, Little Tess. 14, 12, 10, 11, 13, 7. The margin's 3 lengths. 1 1/4 lengths, a neck 1 length. Winner's time was 2:23, a mile rate of 1:58. The last 858.6, last 428.5.
Yes, success for Valor and it was the closing favourite and one of our video watch runners last night on Thursday night under lights with Craig Thompson paid $2.60 and $1.40 in the first leg of the Turbo terminating pick 6, 14 Valor 261.40. 12 Fernley Hannah $3.50 and number 10 Parissa $2.20. The Quinella 12 and 14 $20.30, trifecta 14, 12 and 10, $124.40, and the first four 14, 12, 10 and 11, $263.90. With a double 5 and 14, $20.90, concession 5 and 12, $64.80. 14, 12, 10, 11 at Addington, first leg of the Turbo Terminator. Let's have a look. That pool got to a massive $95,000, $95,000 and $61,500 live with 14 Valor Luster. We'll take in that result from Alexandra Park. After this one from the Gardens, vacant box number 5, we join John McDermott as they're about to box. Meeting code 30, race number 6.
Placed away now. Race number 6. They're all in. Gareth about to show us that green light for race number 6. And the green light going through. Power's on, the bunny's on its way. 6th event of the afternoon, set to jump. Ready? Racing. Jumping away in front, accepted, will run to the lead. They were followed by Zulu Zenith and back on the inside, Spirited Kid. Getting around them at that first turn was One Hill and he's tracking them right up as they go down the back. About 4 lengths to Harvick, Darkest Night and Gary's Dream down the back. And the leader was accepted, not for long. One Hill has gone straight past it. And then Zulu Zenith out of the back straight, Spirited Kid, Darkest Night. A good way back to Gary's Dream. And at the tail of the field, Harvick, but around the turn for home, it's all One Hill's going to bolt in. And down to the line, Beat Accepted. They were followed by Spirited Kid. Getting up to run fourth there, Gary's Dream, Zulu, Zenith, Darkest Night, and Harvick was last of all.
Was well back to One Hill, ended up paying $2.40 in that one from the Gardens. Our greyhound action continuing. Of course, we have our features from Addington still to come. The Group 1 and the Group 2. The Group 1 for the Stayers and the Group 2 for the middle distance greyhounds. Midwinter Christmas continues at Alexandra Park. You can book your table, alexandrapark.co.nz, or make sure you call the club. Midwinter Christmas is underway for tonight on Thames Cup night. We're tidying up the third event. Race number 3 was taken out by Bourbon Street. Number 3 paying $4, $10 and $1.50. 5 You Better You Bet at $7.90 and 6 Hadrian $4.20. 3 and 5 Quinella $44.40. Trifecta $356. 541.50. First 4 $3,050.80. 3,569. 2,100 carried Ford, and the treble paid $123.50. 243 $123.50 after the treble was wrapped on the opening 3 races there at Alexandra Park. We are back at Addington Raceway for the next of the greyhounds here on TAB Trackside 1, a big Friday night of racing, and that pick 6 pool, $95,000 when things closed up, and you can expect more of the same tomorrow as the pick 6 returns to the gallops across both our venues, Awapuni and Tarapa. The massive pool there is to chase down the $100,000 Turbo terminating pick 6. That'll be a nice pool to chase down. There'll also be terminating pools on the Caulfield Quaddie in Melbourne, 75,000 there, so 75 on the final 4 and 25,000 on the final 4 in Sydney from Rose Hill. So Turbo terminating quaddies in Australia and the pick 6 across Taumaranui Cup Day in the Waikato and the meeting at Awapuni. Unreliable Andy is the dog we're going to take a look at before we join the reliable Andy. This is the video watch. It's in the black.
Unreliable Andy and zipping out also. No contest has got round them. Is followed up there by Fairly Handy Showroom and round the outside Token Ray. Little gap there to Gold Star Rosie back at the track a bit as Mamalulu up they come and getting away from them. Unreliable Andy, and then it's close, so it's very close. Showroom driving along the...
And that was out of box number 7 on the 28th, so back last Sunday at the Ashburton meeting, comes into box number 1 here tonight and bringing that win here up to the Class 3 as a result of winning there on Sunday, Unreliable Andy. So here from the sprint to Andy McCook for Ashley Bradshaw, certainly one that punters have come for fixed odds at 350, but certainly punters also coming for the downgrader here, Tara Annie, including you, making it your best bet tonight.
Yeah, I certainly have, Mark. I sort of looked through the fields and there was a couple of runners that looked like they'd be pretty tough to beat. Dinah Vickers, obviously, in the South Island Champs, and Shandell in the Stayers Cup. They're both around the $2 mark, so I thought I'd look a bit further and try and find something paying a little bit more for the punters at home. And I settled on Tara Annie. Her form's awful. She hasn't been going as good as she can, but on her day, she's very, very talented, Tara Annie. She's had a lot of injury troubles, hence why she's now back with Ray Casey and Suzanne Fagan. And on her day, she can really fly the traps, and this isn't an overly strong field compared to what she has raced and beaten in the past. And her last two starts been beaten by No Left Clover and Business Affair, both very talented greyhounds. Both would be hot favourites of lining up in this event. We did see No Left Clover come out and run second earlier on in the card 2 Wheelchair Norm, so the form stacks up there. And I just thought off the 3 Opawa Opal's not known for his early speed off the 4. Giganeer does like to hold his line off the 5. No Jealousy slots into the 2, not known for early speed. So I just thought Tara Annie could have a little bit of room to play early on, and that's what she needs to bounce to the lead and hopefully get the win and get her confidence back. So that's why I settled on her. I did put Unreliable Andy in to run second. That was a very nice win at his last start, jumping off box number 7. He does slot into the 1 today, which he goes a lot better from than he does from out wide. He does like getting down towards the rail, and we've seen that in that clip we just showed. He jumped off the 7 and tried to get down towards the rail, which he did, and he won easy. So he is stepping up a grade though, Unreliable Andy, so this is tougher than that last start, but he's certainly drawn to get a nice cosy run, and he's got enough to take a slice of the action. I put number 4 Opawa Opal in for third. He's not the quickest into stride, and that's not ideal when you're racing over 295 metres around Addington, but he does have a very good finish over this trip, and if Tara Annie was to tear to the lead, he could slot down to the rail and possibly get a nice suck along into that first bend, and if he did, he's going to be powering home stronger than most in this event. Number 5, Giganeer. He's in good form since returning from a bit of an injury break as well. First to 7th, a first and a third. He's another one stepping up in grade though. Box number 5's not going to worry him at all. Does have a little bit of early foot on his day, does Giganeer, and if he can use that, then he's certainly good enough to get a slice of this. And obviously we've already seen Stephen Bonnie Evans with a double-figured shot winner today, so they're looking to make it another one on the board. Others in the race, Little Midnight, she's certainly a very, very talented bitch on her day. Probably getting a wee bit on now, and Addington's certainly not her favourite track. She's much more accustomed to the one-turn tracks down in Invercargill. Box 7 not ideal either. She would prefer to be down on the rail, but if she was anywhere near her best, she could take a slice of the action here as well. Well, Trevor, I made Tara Annie my bet of the day, and her form's not flash, but she is very, very capable of winning a race like this.
Oh, she is, Andy. Oh, yeah, she's very capable. There's no doubt about that. You're a brave man, though. But look, she's got speed to burn. I'm just a bit worried about the way she negotiates the bend. She runs wide. But she is downgrading for this, so I went Unreliable Andy. I just thought it was a big win from box 7 last time. Goes even better on the inside, so I put the 1 on top to beat the 4, Power Opal. Just about ready to get some cash, isn't it, a Power Opal? It's been 4th 3 times in a row. Giganeer I've got him to run 3rd, and then I went Tara Annie, which should appreciate the drop back in grade. Look, there's nothing wrong with the jumping ability. It gets off the boxes okay. It's just when it comes to the bend, it just seems to run out, and that's where it loses it, Tara Annie. But if I can put the big margin on them, it might take some stopping here. This is the first of place 6. But it's pretty tough to find any anchors, really. Obviously, race 8's pretty easy, I suppose. Bump was my value runner tonight, and Homebush Kelso was my best bet of the night. But, you might have to anchor those two, but they're all boxed and ready by the look of it. Green light is through, Bunny set a motion. This is the first of place 6, ready.
and racing. One of the best down on the inside, Unreliable Andy. Terra Andy going hard, and they're followed off the track now by Giganeer, getting around and off the track, also getting around Little Midnight. Now No Jealousy's got to run through on the inside, but around the corner, Unreliable Andy is kicked away. Unreliable Andy will score. Then No Jealousy, third at the line of Power Opal, big gap, Look at Lucy, Terra Annie. They're followed by Little Midnight, and the two at the back, Giganeer and Power Opal, never going to do it either. That was the last one to go by. But Unreliable Andy, the winner. And, big win from box 7 last time out. It was going to be hard to beat off the inside, providing it jumped, and it jumped superbly. No Jealousy jumped a bit better than normal too, but Terra Annie's out with them, but Unreliable Andy, once it got to the lead, it was always going to be hard to beat. No Jealousy raining through, and then we're going to Power Opal. There's Terra Annie just going out wide there again. Something's not right there, is it? She's just feeling something. I don't know what it is, but we know she's better than that, Terra Annie, but she's pulled up back at about 5th spot there, so she's not going as well as she can, obviously. But all honours with Unreliable Andy. The Black Dog by Fanta Claus out of Twirly Burley. Ashley Bradshaw, the owner trainer at Rangiora, and she grabs a double here. I think she grabbed a couple yesterday as well, so the team going particularly well. But here's Pete with the race 7.
The result of 7th, the Mac Development Sprint. 1948 3756. The winner, number 1, Unreliable Andy. Second, number 9, No Jealousy. Third, 4, Power Opal. And the fourth placing to number 8, Look at Lucy. The winning time was 17.35. Sectionals, 5.99, 11.36. The margins, 1.5 lengths, 3/4 of a length, 4.5 lengths. That's race 7. Number 1, the winner, Unreliable Andy.
Yeah, Unreliable Andy, successful here after steaming up through the classes this time in. Start number 49, that's win number 6 out of box number 1 as it returns to class 3. Paid $331.70. Number 1, Unreliable Andy. 9, No Jealousy, $1.80. And 4, Power Opal, $2.30. Quinella, $8.90. The trifecta, $107.40. The first 4, 1, 9, 4 and 8, pays $827.50. Running 17 and 3-5. Unreliable Andy out of box number 1 takes out the 7th, the second leg of the triple trio, and the first leg of place 6. Race number 8 is the first of our features tonight, the running of the Group 2 $13,000 Barron's Supplies South Island Championship. Dinah Vickers draws box number 3, Dream Collector next to it. Inside of it, box number 2, the South Island Champs at Group 2. That's the first of our features, due at 7:55. Back with Andy prior to the full build-up to that one. Well, the second leg of the massive turbo terminating pick 6 with the pool, closing up over $95,000. Valor Luster, number 14, is the runner you require, and we're 5 minutes out from the second leg, and Miss Daisy, the favourite with you, Craig, at $3 fixed, $2.90 on the tote.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Good attendance here at Alexandra Park. That shot there that you're looking at is in the Tasman room, and pretty big crowd on track here tonight. I understand that Top of the Park is full as well, so good to see people getting along here for midwinter, enjoying the atmosphere here, and good crowd on track. All the corporates well and truly being utilised tonight, and most of them are full. That horse on shot at the moment is trained by Mark Jones. Its name is Twice the Delight. This is what Mark had to say. Mark, Twice the Delight. She got a pretty economical trip back on the fence last week, and she ran a nice race, not far off them. Tonight comes up with a similar draw.
Yeah, it was just okay last week. I thought she probably should have finished off a bit better, but it was her first run back for a long time, so similar field again and probably get the same type of run. So, probably just an outside place chance tonight and looking for an easier option.
Yeah, that was her first run back since February, Twice to Delight, and she battled okay to run 5th behind Miss Daisy. Further improvement, good draw, thick end of the first 4, and that first 4 has got a $2,100 carry forward, so maybe Twice to Delight if you want to put in for 3rd or 4th, maybe adding a bit of spice or a bit of value to the first 4 if you're taking one. For me, I lined up Miss Daisy on top. I thought she was very good in winning last start. Robert Dunn alluded to in his interview with us that he thought she was probably one of the better chances on the night, and she didn't just win, she smashed them. I mean, 241, straight to the front, has the same draw tonight. Only difference is she's $2.70 tonight, and I think she was around about $7 or $8 last week. But I think Miss Daisy, the one to beat in race number 4. The horse on screen at the moment, I think, is the main danger. Unforgiving by Art Major. Stephen Reid takes the drive. Very good placing last start. She hasn't had a lot of luck from the draws, but that's because of obviously the preferential draw setup. She's drawn out at barrier number 6 tonight. Unforgiving. Had to do a lot of work last start and stuck on well to run third. She's overdue for another win. Can she get it tonight? This is what Stephen had to say. Stephen Unforgiving's going some super races without a lot of luck from awkward draws. Unfortunately, he came out that similar draw again tonight. Is she getting back to that form that she showed prior to Christmas?
I think without a doubt. I've been wrapped with her last 2 runs. The unfortunate thing with the preferential system on Money One is that we're always going to draw out there. So maybe we might have to run around, and maybe in a few months things might even out and she might get to draw a little bit closer. But look, I wouldn't dismiss her from out there. I thought, as I said, I thought she was great last week. Work's been super. I think she'll give it a decent shake.
I know Stephen's always had quite a high of opinion of this horse right through its 2-year-old career, and now it's a 3-year-old filly, and she's only had 15 starts, 2 wins, and some 4 minor placings. Stake earnings over $50,000, so she's done a good job for Stephen tonight. Barrier number 6, gate speed insider with Miss Daisy, and Joe and Ed No Better can leave the gate quite nice as well. So just that tricky draw from middle of the front row. Cyclone Kate. Well, she's won nearly $100,000. Been a great money spinner for Gareth Dixon, the owners. Mark Lyon, Ant Strawn, Kyle Mills. Gareth Dixon's got a share in this one as well. So, again, another one with the preferential draws. Barrier number 8. She went 241 last week and, again, went very well. But she's got Miss Daisy drawn insider, who beat her last week and has got the better draw. She's at $7. She's backable each way. She looked like she just hit a flat spot in the middle part of this season, but she's been much better in the last 3 starts, including a win 3 starts ago, and the second behind Brackenridge was very good. So Cyclone Kate, when you're taking your first 4, you've got to have her in. Hearing through from the racing desk, $5,000 on Miss Daisy, $5,000 on runner number 4 is the best back runner in the 4th tonight in the hands of John Dunn. Robert Dunn had a wonderful 3 or 4 weeks here at Alexandra Park and got a couple of wins last week. Aaron White, has it come to you? She was good last week. She went 41. If she goes 41 again tonight, they'll struggle to beat her.
Yeah, I think she'll be winning again. She comes off a barrier 4 tonight. We saw good gate speed last week, John and Robert Dunn. So, yeah, she's clearly on top, $270, $1.60. Cyclone Kate chased hard last week when runner-up in behind Miss Daisy from this draw. The 6 Unforgiving, she's right back in form, the Art Major filly. You just got a wee bit of confidence there too from the Reed man tonight. $6 and $2 each way. And 10 Lightning Mark, I thought. Just a fair run first look at Alexandra Park. A lot of the southern horses do improve after a run here. She's an each way chance here. Brent Mangos for Crandell Getty. 4, 8, 6 and 10. Another good contest on our program tonight, Craig.
You think so? And I think the best value in the race is Charleston Bell. She's $10. She was, what, 240, 260, something like that last week. Got beaten by Liberty Sticks in around about a 155 mile. And she sat parked for a majority of that race. I think she went down about a half a head. She's at $10. That's because of her draw. She's won the second. I would need luck. But Charleston Bell.
The runners in behind the mobile, around 200 away from a start. Thanks, Craig. And Valor Luster taking the first leg of the Turbo, terminating $50,000 pick 6, 61,530.44. Here we are, leg 2, set and ready, green light, and they're off and racing. Coming out fast, Miss Daisy. Twice the Delight will race hard off the inside to secure a prominent spot. Unforgiving's coming forward. Everlasting Grace with Elisa Vita, the next pair as they work the stables corner. Miss Daisy rolls on to the lead. Joe and Ed No Better, Lightning Mark, Charleston Bell, Sahara Zona, Cyclone Kate, the last trio. Out to the 1850 and Miss Daisy, where she likes to be, bowling along in front. John Dunn leads by a length. Unforgiving. Reedman pressing for the lead up on the outside. Not sure if the lead's going to be available. Twice to Delight trails. 2 lengths then to Everlasting Grace. Elisa Vita to her inside, and Joe and Ed No Better's got the back of Everlasting Grace. Reedman continuing to press John Dunn here for the lead. I don't think Miss Daisy really wants to hand it up either. She's getting up on the nickel. 42 and 2 was the lead time. Back in the field, fourth last, Sahara Zona, the inside of Lightning Mark. Cyclone Kate and Charleston Bell as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. Unforgiving, well, she's got her head in front, but Miss Daisy won't give up the marker line here. Twice to the light trailing. Everlasting Grace 1-1. Back on the inside to Elisa Vita. Joe and Ed No Better running line. Then Sahara Zona, the last trio, one away from the inside. They are Lightning Mark back with her Cyclone Kate and Charleston Bell. 30 and 8 the opening quarter. Jacobson, Headstones, Fillies and Mares a circuit to go. Miss Daisy with Unforgiving. They go hoof to hoof onto the stables corner. Twice to the Delight, and the Jones boy Mark Jones has had that luxurious run in the trail. 1-1 Everlasting Grace and DJB. Back on the inside then was Elisa Vita, being covered by Joe and Ed No Better and Josh Dickey. Sahara Zona, Lightning Mark, Cyclone Kate and Charleston Bell. 30 and 6 the second quarter through the back. Still noses between our lead pair. Miss Daisy the inside of Unforgiving. Twice the Delight will wait the passing lane run. In the 1-1 Everlasting Grace has had a nice trip in transit. Back on the inside Elisa Vita for Zach Butcher. Then Joe and Ed No Better. Sahara Zona, Phil Butcher the inside. Lightning Mark about to be stoked up by Mango Cycling Coat. And the Wizard Todd Mitchell back with her, and then Charleston Bell and Jimmy Stormont quarter down the back. 28 and 8. Unforgiving gets a half length in front. Miss Daisy, though, she still hasn't given up the marker line as they swing and come for home. Twice the Delight, Everlasting Grace, Joe and Ed No Better, Lightning Mark, Cyclone Kate down the outside. Unforgiving Miss Daisy lifting hard to her inside. Unforgiving Miss Daisy, the late charges. Lightning Mark and down the outside, Cyclone Kate. Unforgiving the Reed man. Unforgiving he was, set outside the speed, pressured Miss Daisy, the favourite throughout, and she's found the line strongly to win. Lightning Mark second, third Cyclone Kate, favourite fourth her lot tonight Miss Daisy, running home well Charleston Bell, then Joe and Ed No Better, Elisa Vita, Everlasting Grace, Sahara Zona back with Twice the Delight, 241.1, the final quarter in 28.5, and at a 59.3 last half. Well, that's been a good, gutsy, tough win by Unforgiving. Great to see her back into the winner's stool tonight too. The Art Major filly, she's sat parked throughout. She's put all the pressure into Miss Daisy. She's done all the work, and they've gone 41-1. Good win. Lightning Mark, Cyclone Kate working home strongly down the outside. Miss Daisy back the inner, and the Jacobson Headstones, Fillies and Mares. Good to see her back. Unforgiving.
Official placings, race 4, the Jacobson Headstones, Fillies and Mares, Mobile Pace. 6-10-8, 4-5-9. 6-10-8, 4-5-9. Horse 6, Unforgiving, paced the 2200 metres in 241.10. Mile rate of 157.8. Last 857.4, the 428.5. The margins, 3/4 of a length, a half neck, a head. 6-10-8, 4-5-9, race 4, Jacobson Headstones, Fillies and Mares, Mobile Pace.
Great to see her back in the winner's stool too. Unforgiving, she's come back into form nicely. The Major 3-year-old bay filly out of Pure Envy. Stephen Reid, Simon McMullen, the preparers at Pukekohe. Stephen Reid doing the driving back at the head of the field. Owned by Simon McMullen, Stephen Reid, Chris and Tina Barlow. J.A. and Mrs. T.C. Screen. Chris Barlow, the breeder of Unforgiving, and that is career win 3. It starts 16 tonight for the Art Major filly. Auckland Trotting Club steward Gordon Robertson down there, part of the victory celebrations. 10 Lightning Mark 3, Bay 3-year-old filly out of Righteous Franco up for second for the Charlton Park Enterprises Limited. Crandell Getty trained at West Melton, and Brent Mangos. 8 Cyclone Kate Mark 3 Brown 3-year-old filly out of Heir to the Throne, raised by MD Lion, AD Strawn, KD and HM Mills, and GR Dixon. Gareth Dixon trained at Pukekohe. Todd Mitchell. 6 Unforgiving, 660 220, 660 220. 10 Lightning Mark, $2.60, 260. 8 Cyclone Kate, $2.10 to 10. Quinella returns 25.30, 25.30. Trifecta 197, 197. First 4, 542.10, 542.10. Double 3 and 6, $16.20, 16.20. Concession 3 and 10, $7.40, $7.40. No update available through on pick 6 at this stage, as we're about to head for leg 3 at Addington.
$14 and $6 you need on your ticket. Up to you, Jason Tees, for this race number 5. Can the Jules winner, the 3-year-old filly by Sundon, Sunny Ruby, bounce back here?
Well, this is the last chance I'm going to give her, Greg. I thought she was very disappointed at Oamaru after, granted, a tough-ish run. And then, the other day I didn't buy into the fact that she was stiff or anything like that. There's a bit of word that maybe she had to work too hard in the middle or late stages, but no, I thought she's been a bit disappointing. I see they put the sliding blinds on her tonight, so we'll see how she finishes the race off, but she has to finish it off better to win this race, and I'll give her that opportunity, given she has a 30-metre head start again over Harry Soul. I know that didn't account for much on Sunday. He was just sensational, Harry Soul. Track record run. They just don't win off big handicaps at Rangiora, and he was able to do so. So he's a quality trotter, all right, and obviously he's got to be a big chance to do it again. Kenneth Strathfield, well, he's a great old open class trotter, of course, 40 metres. He can take advantage of any mistakes. And 9, Live the Dream first up, but when was the last time he ran a bad race? You've got to have him in there. 8, 10, 11 and 9, salty change on Star Commando, so we're going to run a little bit late here, Greg.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jason. Through from the bookmakers, 5,500 on the head-to-head here between Thanks for Playing to beat Santorini Sunset. So the expectations there from that punter is that Thanks for Playing will trot all the way. Santorini Sunset is no guarantee of doing that. This is a fair investment, though. 5,500. Nice to see someone getting involved to that level here. There is King of Strathfield, of course, raced by one of the sponsors of the box seat, Dave McCracken, and Jeff Dunn, who I understand is sunning himself on an island somewhere. Might be Fiji. Yeah, thoroughly deserves it too. He's had a big season once again, and after the harness jewels, why shouldn't he go away and get a bit of sun? Slightly better than the -5 he copped for the entire last week. There's Harry Soul, another look at him, and he continues to be well backed, $3.80 and $1.60. I found Sunny Ruby on top because if the right one turns up, she'll beat these. I'm just not convinced. She went such a great race in the harness jewels to beat Mon Bay that she can get back to that form. But Fred Fletcher's a master with the trotter, as we know, and it's by his late sensational trotting sire in Sundon, who he trained to win so many good races, including a Dominion here at Addington Raceway. The 3 in the book, Visualise, out of Jeepers, so plenty of breeding here for Filippigo, and has Colin de Filippi doing the driving. Generally steps the mark good. Solid fourth behind Great Things Happen, of course. The Farlap Raceway on Sunday is the next harness venue for the Greater Canterbury region. And will it be Celebration Day the further south I head, given there's a rather large rugby match on tomorrow night? Addington race number 8, the Greyhounds. Matthew Williamson, stranded on 498, they're telling me. 498, Matty. He's had another terrific season. And he sort of flies under the radar, drives so many of his winners south of Timaru, I suppose, Oamaru, where he's based, and Forbury Park, Invercargill, etc. But he's had another great season, his Matthew Williamson, as we're getting reasonably close to a start. You see him drive plenty of winners down your way, Jason Teese. He drives his fair share up here too, but he's had a wonderful career thus far. 498 in the bin and 80 this season. That jumped up on a few, I'll bet.
Yeah, exactly right. And I tell you what, he drives winners every season too since he started. Even his first season, he got close to 50. So very good strike rate driver, Matty. And he's still looking for those last two, but he's got plenty of time to do it before the end of the season, which I'm sure he'll be hoping to do. Almost set to go. Hampton's ITM handicap trot. Favourite for the race, Sunny Ruby. 250-160 now at the tote. There goes the tapes, they're underway. Just have a look back at the back markers. Harry Soul, King of Stratfield, Live the Dream, all on the journey nicely. And so too was the favourite, Sunny Ruby. First out, Pyramid Monarch runs onto the lead over Visualise. Down on the inside, Star Commando. They break away 2 or 3 lengths early. On and trotting through into fourth, Lisa Marie Pre-Favourites. Galloped Sunny Ruby at the winning post. She only galloped for about 20 metres, but she lost a few lengths in that episode, and she'll end up with only a couple behind her as they leave the straight the first time. Natural was a mistake maker on the bend out of the straight, so we'll start again. Pyramid Monarch in control. By 2 lengths over Visualise. Star Commando is third without cover early. Santorini Sunset, but it is continuing to roll forward. Back on the inside is Lisa Marie P. 4 lengths away, then the next is Live the Dream. 6 lengths to Harry Soul, 2.5 Sunny Ruby. 3 lengths away into King of Stratfield, 10 to Natural. And right out of business tonight is Thanks for Playing. It made a huge mistake at the start, and it's now half of the length of the back straight behind them. Down the far side they work, 1800 left to run, and Santorini Sunset blasts around the outside and takes over now from Pyramid Monarch. Third on the inside is Visualise. They were followed through then by, without cover now, is Lisa Marie P. Fall back the inside is Star Commando from Live the Dream, who hooks up into the 1-1 set. A length and a half away then as the gaps close is Harry Soul. 2 lengths away then to Sunny Ruby. 2.5 then to King of Stratfield. Last of the winning chances. Beaten off tonight are Natural and also Thanks for Playing. 1:18.2 was the lead time. Through the straight. The leader remains Santorini Sunset. Doing things right thus far. A length and a half Pyramid Monarch. 3 back the inside is Visualise from Lisa Marie P without cover. 1-1 is Live the Dream. From 4 back on the inside is Star Commando. A lap left to run. Harry Soul is next. A length and a half away. Sunny Ruby gets into the running line around Harry Soul, who goes back to the pegs. 2 lengths away, King of Stratfield. Beaten off Natural and Thanks for Playing. 1,000 metres left to run. 31 seconds the opening quarter. It is Santorini Sunset. A length and a half Pyramid Monarch. Lisa Marie P doing it tough tonight. Third the outside. Santorini Sunset galloped up into the back. Taking over now Pyramid Monarch. From Lisa Marie P. Visualise back into the trail. 1-1 Live the Dream. From back on the inside, Star Commando. Sunny Ruby's 4 lengths off the leader. 2 lengths away, King of Stratfield. Santorini Sunset in a wild gallop on the outside fence. 31 seconds again the second quarter. 62 for half. Down the back, 5:50 left to run. It is Pyramid Monarch. A length in advance of Lisa Marie P. Third on the inside is Visualise. 1-1 Live the Dream. Then Star Commando. Next is Sunny Ruby about to go. 2 lengths away, Kenya Strathfield off the back and down the side. 300 metres left to trot. It is Pyramid Monarch. A half to Lisa Marie P. Visualise awaits the Terror to Love passing lane. Deeper out, Live the Dream. Sunny Ruby will come to one of the widest. Back to the inside, Star Commando. Back straight quarter, 30.6, 200 out. The leader, Pyramid Monarch. Here's Sunny Ruby stomping on them quickly. Then Visualise next, Star Commando. Sunny Ruby with the sliding blinds on tonight. This is the real Sunny Ruby. She'll win. 2 lengths clear. Second, Pyramid Monarch. Visualise third. Next in Star Commando. Kenya Strathfield working home. Next, Lisa Marie P. Further back, Live the Dream. Santa Ready Sunset's a frustration. Natural second last, and thanks for playing. In fact, was pulled up on the journey. What a win, Sunny Ruby. 261.60. Galloped to the winning post the first time. Didn't lose a lot of ground. Last quarter, 29.6. 22.2 the last mile. And once Gavin pulled those sliding blinds, she took off. And the real Sunny Ruby back in business tonight. Another minor placing for Maddie with Pyramid Monarch, Visualise and Star Commando, third and fourth. And Greg, I guess the next conversation we need to have about Sunny Ruby is she the 3-year-old filly of the year.
Well, she won the Harness Jewels, and of course voting papers are out. I think they close next week. She probably didn't need to do that, but now she has. That should pretty much secure it for her. Look, she was very good tonight, had an early gallop, but she's just got that real speed that, you can sit her in the field and let her roll home. We saw that in the Trotting Oaks when she went so close behind a Bibdi Ivy, and tonight that's a penalty-free win for her, I understand, so she can go to the paddock now and thoroughly deserves it. Congratulations to Fred Fletcher and grandson Sam Smolenski. Sunny Ruby gets win 6 at start 25, and with that win, goes up over $90,000. Good in second, Pyramid Monarch. Visualise the same, Star Commando. The head-to-head, I'm not too sure there. One was pulled up. How far did Santorini Sunset gallop for? We're going to go and ask the steward something about that. Judge's call to confirm.
On the 2, Star Commando. From 11, King of Strathfield. And 5, Lisa Marie P. 8, 4, 3, 2, 11, 5. The margins 2 1/4 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths, a neck 1 1/2 lengths. The winner's time was 3:19.6, a mile rate of 2:03.5. The last 859.8, last 429.4.
Yeah, Sunny Ruby successful there. That was a very good performance for one of those awards contenders. Yeah, they close next week, and the 8th of August is the big night at the Air Force Museum in Wigram for the New Zealand Harness Awards for this season. Back to the Greyhounds now, and we're only 4 minutes away officially from the first of our features. This is the Group 2 $13,000 running of the Barron's Supplies South Island Championship. Yep, a Group 2, race number 8 tonight. Dinah Vickers' favourite, Derby winner, has been up there with the Group 1 performers, of course. One of its couple of Group 1s it's won this season being the Derby, and its favourite across the board, 220 fixed odds, around about $2.60 on the tote at this particular stage. And next to it's one of his big challenges, though. You've got Dream Collector, who's really come back into it since resuming from that injury with 2 wins and 2 second placings, including second in the qualifier behind No Mention the other day, and of course beating No Class prior to that. We're back with you, Andy McCook, for a full lead up here. We can go runner by runner through these. You've got No Mention in shot there. It's a battle here, though, between the 3 and the 2.
Yeah, it sure is, Mark, and this is a battle that most greyhound enthusiasts have probably been waiting for some time. Dream Collector taking on Dinah Vickers, who is the new kid on the block, really. So there he is on screen, number 3, Dinah Vickers, and what more can you say about him? He's been faultless since arriving here in the country. He's a dual Group 1 winner already. He's just such a sensational dog. He's got pace, he's got a heart, he's got a brain. He's the whole package, really, except for one small flaw that he can miss away. But apart from that, he's an unbelievable race dog. He's not afraid to push gaps, he's not afraid to get into the race, and he's very, very strong at the end, and I think that is what's going to make him the one they all have to beat here. Here we see number 6, Frost Yourself, for Callum Ware with handler Stacey Nissen. It was okay in the heat, but very, very disappointing backing that up on Sunday here, and I do struggle to see her getting into the race. I think she'll have a wee bit of she'll win races here in New Zealand, but I can't see her getting into a race of this calibre, especially from the wide draw. I think she's going to struggle to cross a few of these. Number 8 is No Mention. He was a very, very nice heat winner. He did down the colours of Dream Collector. Box 8 is ideal for him. He's a bit of a thinker. If dogs sort of get in front of him and run around, he doesn't like to push around them. He sort of thinks a bit much about what he needs to be doing. Box 8 should see him be able to hold around them, hold a nice line, and he's certainly up to this calibre of greyhound. He's not far off them. There he is, the champ, Dream Collector. Been there, done that, has Dream Collector, and it's a massive effort by Jean and Dave Fahey to get this greyhound back to probably near his best. He's not far off his best. He's been faultless since returning from, of course, the broken hock that he did suffer late last year, and he probably needs to be out wider on the track to see his best, but he certainly can't be counted out of winning this, and it's going to be a very interesting battle. Number 4, Opawa Rosie. If there's one that I think has the best chance of downing both your favourites, it is number 4, Opawa Rosie. There is no speed to her inside anywhere, and when she gets on the bunny, Opawa Rosie, she is very, very tough to peg back. She has broken the 30 seconds here in the past. She's down the colours of your favourite in the past, and if she can get a soft lead in front, I think she could take some sort of catching. I think Vickers will get past her, but if there's a little bit of trouble, she'll be the one that will take advantage of it. Others in the race, number 1, Trust Issues. He's come up with the perfect draw here, Trust Issues. Loves drawing down on the rail. He's a very, very strong greyhound, Trust Issues. If he can stay anywhere near them, I certainly give him a trifecta and first forward chance. He's going to have to do no work in the running. He'll just stay the rail the whole race. And if there's any sort of trouble, he's another one that could take advantage of it, especially with Dream Collector trying to get out wide like he invariably does. He's going to have plenty of room down on the fence. Number 5, Zipping Sunny. He's done a good job to qualify here, Zipping Sunny. He's only had the 2 starts in the country. He was good on debut behind Can't Catch Tim, and he was okay in the heat. He sat third the whole way, and Trust Issues just got past him late in the piece. He's an improving greyhound. I struggle to see him getting into this, but again, like Frost Yourself, I think he will win races in the country, but I just struggle to see him getting into a race of this calibre. And of course, number 7, Izzy Bale. We did hear from Craig Roberts earlier on. He said on ability, there's nothing between Izzy Bale and Dinah Vickers. It's just what Izzy Bale decides to turn up. He was good in his heat. He then backed that up on Sunday at the Ashburton meeting, and he was disappointing for mine off the one. He's not very brave. He didn't want to push up early and get involved in the rush, but he did finish off very, very nice. But this is a bit of a step up in class, but he certainly has the ability to get round them and get some of the action. Just hearing through, we do have a minute delay to this, so race has been put back 1 minute. And the wide draw is perfect for Izzy Bale. If he can get round untouched, I do give him a chance again of getting into the trifecta and first fours. We'll come up to you, Trevor Wilkes. 3, 4, 2 and 8 here for me in the Group 2 Barron Supply South Island Champs. Isn't this going to be a great clash?
Oh, it certainly is. Dinah Vickers, the fastest heat winner for this. 30.10. So if it can hop off the boxes as quickly as it did in the heat, it's certainly the one to beat. Dream Collector, ideally it would have been better out wider, I think, Dream Collector. Box 2 just makes it tough for him because he's going to be slow and then he's going to have to come to the outside at some stage. And he won't want to be giving Dinah Vickers a too big a start. After saying that, Apara Rosie, she'll be looking to cut down towards the rail. And I think the likes of Izzy Bale and No Mention will probably get a clear run around the outside. But for me, I went for the 3, Dinah Vickers to beat the 2, Dream Collector, putting in 4, Apara Rosie. And No Mention, the other heat winner, stopped the clock in 30 and 43. So they're about to be called into the boxes for the Barron Supplies South Island Champs, Group 2 level, over the 520 metres. And Dinah Vickers, 230 on the tote, 220 on the option betting, is the favourite for the race. And they're about to be called in. Trust Issues will have the inside. Dinah Vickers, Zipping Sunny, Izzy Bale, Dream Collector, Apara Rosie, Frost Yourself and No Mention. Last couple have been positioned. One of the features tonight,
Green light is through to the control tower. The bunny set in motion. They're about to jump. This is the South Island champs for 2015. All set. And racing. The field away. Best out of Para Rosie. She screamed out to the lead. Followed out by Trust Issues. Going up now. Dinah Vickers getting handy. Round the turn out of the straight. Is about to charge into it. Dinah Vickers. Down the back they go. And O'Para Rosie is the leader. Out by a couple over Dinah Vickers. 5 lengths away. Zipping Sunny. They're followed back we go. Dream Collector. He's running on, but he's too far back. Izzy Bale well back. The others headed by Trust Issues. Frost Yourself and No Mention. Up they come, and Dinah Vickers has grabbed the lead. Dinah Vickers careering away to beat O'Para Rosie. Third would have been Dream Collector. After a gap, Izzy Bale. They're followed by Zipping Sunny towards the tail. Frost Yourself. And back there also we had Trust Issues and No Mention. Dinah Vickers, the new kid on the block, has taken out the Barron Supply South Island champs for 2015. He made a great beginning. He's charged up to O'Para Rosie. Look, I tell you what, they've probably run some time here. Dream Collector was doing its best at the finish. It gets home for third, but just given the leaders the two biggest start, and then it's definitely tight for fourth between the 5 and the 7. Zipping Sunny or Izzy Bale, and unofficially they've broken the 30 seconds here, but we'll get that with Pete in a moment. 29.96 unofficially, but a brilliant winner. Dinah Vickers, a black dog by Barcia Bale and a Kristen Bale, raced by B. Wheeler, trained by Craig Roberts at Christchurch. Favourite prevails. Here's Pete with the official wrap, one of tonight's features.
The result of race 8, the Group 2 Barron Supply South Island Championship. The winner, number 3, Dinah Vickers. Second, number 4, O'Para Rosie. Third, 2, Dream Collector. And the fourth placing to number 5, Zipping Sunny. The remaining placings, 7, 1, 6, 8. So the full list for the South Island champs, 3, 4, 2, 5, 7, 1, 6, 8. The margins, 3 1/4 lengths, 2 3/4 lengths, 2 1/4 lengths, and a head. Now the winning time for number 3, Dinah Vickers, is 29.99. Now the lead-up was very, very fast, and of course that was set by number 4, O'Para Rosie, 5.77. The midsection was strong, 17.81, and a very...
We'll leave it there after Dinah Vickers takes out the Barron Supplies South Island champs. Still got our Group 1 to come, but the rise and rise of Dinah Vickers continues. Back to Alexandra Park as we are halfway through the turbo terminating pick 6. 2,271 live units remaining at the halfway point. We've got the Addington Greyhound result about to come up as we're back with you, Craig, and your bet of the night going around here in Risk.
Yeah, Mark, I think he's very, very hard to beat on his last start performance at Alexandra Park. At the result from Addington, 3-4-2 and 5 in their feature, 3-4-2 and 5, and they broke 30 seconds. Horse on screen at the moment was very good in winning last week, Pommy Roy. Mark Jones is his trainer, and this is what he had to say. Mark Pomeroy was very good last week. It was only a 4-horse race, a little bit of a tactical affair, but he got a nice trip and he finished off his race very well. Different tonight, though, from Barrier 8.
Yeah, he's very good last week. Like, he is quite a nice horse, and it's a big ask tonight, drawn 8 with the the main dangers drawn inside him, and back on a junior claim makes it hard. So on ability, he's definitely good enough to win it, but what will happen during the running's unknown. So I'd like to think he's a winning chance, but he will need luck to go his way again.
Yeah, nice performance. Michael Blakemore, junior claim, will take the drive on 8, Pommy Roy. For me, I think Risk is the one. Better Mac was very good 2 starts ago, and then last start he went out favourite and was shade disappointing, being run down by Better's Pocket. Morris McKendry, good to have Morris back in the cart tonight. Morris has been off the scene for about 3 or 4 weeks and just got the one drive tonight, so good to see the magical man, Morris McKendry, back in the cart driving Better Mac. Stephen Reid, he drives 7 Sirius Star, and this is what he had to say. Stephen Sirius Star, he took a while to pick up a maiden win, and he was good in winning that race. I thought equally as good last week because you had to work mid-stages and he was still there at the 100.
Absolutely. I thought driving him, he gave me a great feel. I reckon he's really come on, this horse. I've always had a little bit of an opinion on him, but to be fair, he's really disappointed me at times. I feel now that he's on the right track. Whether he's going to be able to give horses like Better Mac and Risk a head start and beat them, I don't really know. He'd probably need the race to go a certain way for him. But on his run last time at Cambridge, I think he's a great each way chance.
Mate, you've got 5 really good chances tonight, and all the best.
Thanks a lot, Well, normally when I come on here you get interview me, and I normally go no good. So I'm looking to turn that around tonight.
Don't you start being superstitious. Now, Todd Mitchell did this about 3 weeks ago, and I think he won 3 on the night. So, mate, I think things will turn around tonight.
I'm here, aren't I?
He's a funny fella, Stephen Reid. He's been saying for a while, listen, when you get me on, I go no good. Well, he drove the winner of the last, Unforgiving. So, Reid, man, it's not trackside that's not getting in the winners home tonight. You've got one with Unforgiving, and it was a super performance. Risk, my bet of the night, takes on Better Mac in a head-to-head on 5-2-5 here. Risk at the quote of $2.80 and Better Mac at $3.40 on the fixed odds. Just on the Brian Hughes stable, Aaron White, the Orange Agent, here at the trials tomorrow at Alexandra Park of the Auckland region. 10:45, the Orange Agent will go round in heat number 4. Good to see the filly back.
Yeah, it'll be well worth seeing her bowl around tomorrow, that's for sure. Get into the park, grab a bite to eat for breakfast there at the Alex Bar and Eatery, and take in the workouts tomorrow with, as you mentioned, the Orange Agent included there. 5-4-8-6 here for me. I'm going to stick with Better Mac. Morris McKendry doing the driving over the 4 Risk. He's well in commission here for the Wizard. 8 Pomeroy, very good winning here. First look at the park back last Friday night, and 6-5 the odds is in the mix as well. 5, 4, 8 and 6.
Thanks, Aaron.
So the runners in behind the Alabar arm for the smilestore.co.nz mobile pace. Thank you, Craig, and we open the second half of the turbo terminating pick 6, 2,271.12. This leg 4. Into the lane they come, smilestore.co.nz mobile pace. Starter Frank Phelan activates the green light, and they're off. Favourite Risk finds plenty of good early gate speed to find the early lead over Major Classic, who'll hold up for the trail. Then Better's Pocket, Better Mac, 2.5 Tigers. Coming forward is Pomeroy and Michael Blakemore onto the stables corner first occasion. Go Fella Go will settle third last, defy the odds, and Sirius Star the last pair. Heading out to the 1800 and Risk in the Wizard Todd Mitchell, lead by a length and a half. Major Classic David Butcher secures the trail, and Pomeroy moves up to be parked, but he won't press for the lead. 2.5 Tigers, 3 back on the inside for Mango, and the 1-1 Better's Pocket and Tony Cameron. Tracked up by Better Mac and the Magic Man Morris McKendry. Go Fella Go, he's back third last for the Postman Blair Orange, and a lead time of 45.2. So the leader and favourite got away with a very cosy lead time. Defy the odds, John Dunn, Sirius Star, and the Reed man Stephen Reid back last. Whipping across the showgrounds turn, race favourite Risk leads by a length and a half. Major Classic Pomeroy, Better Mac's about to come forward as they sweep on to the lane. Back on the inside then to 2.5 Tigers. Better's Pocket currently 1-1 as Better Mac continues to progress forward out 3 wide. Back in the field, Go Fella Go. Defy the odds, Sirius Star. Opening quarter 32.9. Smilestore.co.nz pace. The 2 favourites about to duel on top here. Risk and Better Mac on the outside. Strides up with purpose. He'll put his nose right on the nose of Risk as they work on to the stables corner, their final occasion. Major Classic enjoying the perfect run in the trail, and Pomeroy now with 1-1 cover for the final circuit. 2.5 Tigers on the inside of Better's Pocket. Back in the field, Go Fella Go. Defy the odds, and Sirius Star 29-7 was that second quarter. So the Magic Man did put a bit of pressure into Risk through that second quarter. Risk still leads though by a length over Better Mac, and Major Classic trailing. Pomeroy 1-1 as Go Fella Go strides forward out 3 wide. Back on the inside, 2.5 Tigers. Better's Pocket, Defy the odds out 3 with cover, and Sirius Star on the back of Defy the odds, 4.50 to go. Risk at the 400 now. That third quarter in 29.2. Better Mac is right there, so the two favourites, they'll line up by 2 and they're about to duel up the home stretch. Go Fella Go, Major Classic, Pomeroy homeward bound. Risk with Better Mac a half a length away. Risk finds a good kick. Better Mac tries very hard, 100 to go. Risk, though, he's got the momentum up. He's got Better Mac covered down to the line, and Risk, he'll get the win. Better Mac, he'll chop the margin down to 3/4 of a length on the line. Home for third, Better's Pocket, then Major Classic, 2.5 Tigers, Sirius Star. Pomeroy back in the field. Go Fella Go, defy the odds, 244.5. The last quarter, 27.3, 56.6 was the last 800 metres. Well, Risk gets a well-deserved victory tonight. $2.60 into $1.30. Good duel between the favourites from the winning post to home. The son of changeover out of Crafty gets his third victory at start 10 tonight for Andrew and Lynn. Neil Todd, the Wizard Mitchell for the Inans, the owners, and nice win. Better Mac, he tried very hard. Morris McKendry in for second. Better's Pocket storms home for Tony Cameron for third in front of the two Major Classics. Smilestore.co.nz, pearly white smiles for the owners of Risk.
Official placings, race 5, the smilestore.co.nz mobile pace. 453297. 453297. Horse 4, Risk, pace the 2200 metres in 244.49. Mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.3. Last 856.6, the 427.3. The margins are neck, 3 3/4 lengths, 1 length. 453297, race 5, the smilestore.co.nz mobile pace.
For Risk comes back at the head of the field, raced by GS and CM Einan. Congratulations to you, Andrew and Lynn Neal, prepared at Cambridge. Todd the Wizard Mitchell doing the driving back at the head of the field with the changeover Crafty 3-year-old brown colt. Kahakiri Bloodstock Limited and Stud Home Bloodstock Limited, the breeders. Been having a great last few months too. Stud Home Bloodstock and Kahakiri Bloodstock with their breeds. And here's another win for them with Risk tonight, win 3 at start 10. Mark O'Brien down there, part of the victory celebrations for smilestore.co.nz. Auckland Trotting Club steward and life member Murray Goldsworthy also in attendance. 5 Better Mac, Better's Delight, Pocket Angel, 3-year-old brown colt for second, race by MD Lee. F Trapski, Mrs MJ Phillips, PB Phillips, PB Lowther, J Stewart, Brian Hughes trained at Ardmore, Morris McKendry, and in for third 3 Better's Pocket, Better's Delight, Pocket full of posies, brown 3-year-old gelding for the Auckland Trotting Club 2014 syndicate. Tony Cameron doing the driving for trainer Tony Herlihy. 4 Risk at $2.60, $1.30, $2.61, 35 Better Mac, $1.50, $1.50, and 3 Better's Pocket, $2.90, $2.90. Quinella, $3.70, $3.70, the trifecta, $54.50, $54.50, and the first 4, $274.10, $274.10. Early quaddie, 4, 3, 6 and 4, $699.60, $699.60. Hopefully we'll get an update on the pick 6 situation with Trackside just running through that result now with 2 legs remaining in the turbo terminating pick 6 tonight. And 726.5 live in pick 6, 726.5. A minute away from the 5th leg being run from Addington.
here with Bird of Paradise 2 on the back row here. So I've gone with 12 on top to beat Espresso Martini number 8. Mighty Mara has to be right in the fight. A good second at Rangiora the other day in behind Western Art, and it was a Mobile 2000. Stepping up to the 2.6, and the horse finished back at the field last time he was over the 2.6, and he's had 2 goes over this trip, but we're willing to give him another go as we hear the Rain Pricker has come off the 9, who I've put in for 4th actually, Lucky Luciano, drawn the outside, but once again 2 good runs up at Blenheim behind Little Lion Man and also Avaros Bracoli the second day, so he's a nice 3-year-old, and he's got a win left in him this season too, the 9, so I chucked him in. This is a tough race. Gee, 12.869 here. Greg, G. Kellenberg favourite. I don't know about that.
11,000 at 550. Ooh. Oh, sorry, 1,100. Oh, I need to read my own handwriting here. 1,100 at 550, 1,000 at 440, and then 3,000 at 380, and then 9,000 a place on him at $1.60.
Wow.
That's a bit of a go, Jason. They've certainly come for him. Not quite the 11,000. My apologies there, but that's the reason he's shortened up. He's got Dexter Dunn aboard. He's got all the breeding in the world. Will he bring it to the racetrack? Let's find out with you.
Could be expensive if he doesn't, I guess. So move it up. Big plunge horse, Kellenberg favourite, 380, 180. Drawn barrier number 4. Dexter Dunn aboard. Stablemate drawn on its inside. Kotari Marty with the red and black cap, 2,600. Pastos the Jeweller's Mobile is underway. And gate speed from Kotari Marty, but about to be headed off though by Mighty Mara. Stablemate Mr. XJ comes forward underneath the wall of these. It's over now, trying to boot up and hold an early trail. Right up there to Kellenberg, but he is 3 wide to the first corner. Back and behind those in his Best Defence, and then came the next Royal Flight. A length and a half back and behind that then is Bird of Paradise, caught out early as Music from the next on the inside of it, Art Exhibit. 2 lengths away, Espresso Martini, and off the outside of the arm, Lucky Luciano is back last. 2,100 left to run. And around of a lead is the unbeaten Mr. XJ. Leads by a length and a half over Mighty Mara. Kellenberg continuing to roll forward and is going to loom up large outside of the Baron Pair. A length and a half away, 4th on the inside as it's all over now as Music maintains its run 3 out. Back and behind that then is Kotari Marty, about to be 3 back and 1 off around Best Defence. A length and a half Royal Flight, 2 lengths to Bird of Paradise in the clear. Is followed through then by Art Exhibit, 1,700 left to run. A length and a half back to Espresso Martini, second last, and last is Lucky Luciano, and is still about 15 lengths off the leader. 1,600 left to run. It's been a pretty good time in front there for Mr. XJ. Comes off the back and down the side. A length in advance of up on the outside, Music in the Breeze. Third the trail was Mighty Mara. 1:15 was the lead time, and the 1-1 sitters Kellenberg, the big horse. Then came 3 back on the inside. It's all over now. 4 back is Best Defence. Around that is Kotari Marty, 3 back and 1 off from Royal Flight. Here's a run from Espresso Martini coming forward fast, 3 out. From Bird of Paradise relegated back to 3rd last. 2nd last is Art Exhibit, and at the back of the field Lucky Luciano. 1,200 metres left to run. Pastos the Jeweller's Mobile pace led up by Mr. XJ. Paces the opening quarter of the last mile in 31.6. A length and a half in advance of Espresso Martini up to Breeze. Third the inside is Mighty Mara. 1-1 is Music. From 3 back the inside, it's all over now. Around that is Kellenberg. Then came Best Defence. A length and a half away on its own is Kotari Marty. 2 lengths away then Royal Flight. From Bird of Paradise, 3rd last. 2nd last the inside, and taking the shortcuts is Lucky Luciano. And last on the outside is Art Exhibit. 700 metres left to run. The leader remains Mr. XJ. A length and a half Espresso Martini, 31.3 the second quarter, 62.9 the half. Third on the inside is Mighty Mara, and he awaits the Terror to Love passing lane run inside at Stablemate. Next is Music. Here's Kellenberg taking off 3 wide. Back and behind these in is Music galloped. Kellenberg got around it, so too did as they come off the back Kotari Marty, who didn't. Getting around that Lucky Luciano. Then Best Defence further back then to Art Exhibit up to the turn. 250 left to go. Lining them up, Mr. XJ. Back to the passing lane, Mighty Mara. Deeper out on the track, Espresso Martini. Kellenberg down the outside. Rolling home to Best Defence is Mr. XJ. Trying to get it, Kellenberg down the centre. Closer in Espresso Martini. Kellenberg's going to land the big bets, all right. Kellenberg wins it. Second, Mr. HJ. Third, Espresso Martini. Next in Lucky Luciano. Then came the next on crossing Mighty Mara. From out wide of Best Defence, Art Exhibit, and It's All Over Now. Then Bird of Paradise. A gap back then to the ones that were wrecked on the turn. Kotari Marty, Royal Flight, and the actual mistake maker Music will be last to complete. 29.8 was the third quarter. 27.5 on the way home. 2 minutes, 0.2 the last mile. And he'll get there, Kellenberg. Gee, Dexter hooked out just at the right time when the one he was following, Music, blew to bits off the back. And Kellenberg, he's got a good trip tonight and he's landed the big bets for Dexter. Mr. HJ, well, first time he's beaten, but he's been good again. And Espresso Martini third in front of a Black Booker. Lucky Luciano, who's come from a long way back. Too good there, Greg. Punter's probably a little bit scared at the 400, but he's a nice horse.
He is a nice horse, and he should be. He's got all the breeding in the world out of the Group 1 winner in Coburg, of course, by Christian Cullen, raced by Terry McDonald and Eddie Griffin. And Kellenberg makes it 2 from 10. I don't think Robert Dunn's won a race at Auckland tonight, and therefore is on 99 for the season. There's Music going into a break, and Dexter just popping out at the right time. He's big and he's strong, and he's picked up Espresso Martini and, of course, the leader, Mr. XJ, and he's done it pretty much under his own steam. Just a wee reminder there from Dexter, but he's got high speed, as many of the Christian Cullens have, and that's why he's been able to deliver and take out the fifth leg of Pick 6, the Pascoes, the Jewelers. What great supporters they are of New Zealand harness racing, of course, getting right behind the Oaks each and every year at Alexandra Park. Here's the judges' call.
Second, 7, Mr. XJ, and third, 8, Espresso Martini. Fourth has gone to 9, Lucky Luciano, from 10, Best Defence, and 6, Mighty Mara. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. The margins 1 1/4 lengths, 1 3/4 lengths, half a length, a neck. The winner's time was 3:15.4, a mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.9. The last 856.9, last 427.3.
So some very good sectionals there, and Kellenberg takes out race number 6. Of course, Andy McCook alongside me as part of the coverage tonight, and wow, what an impressive performance by Dinah Vickers. Just continues on its winning way, and the lead-up time in the championship tonight was just one heck of a contest early, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. No, Palmer Rosie, she's certainly got tons of early speed, hasn't she? And you know, she's not far below those top dogs. She gets out in the bunny and she does it all right, and she's going to peel off a big one day.
Andy, what do we make of Dream Collector? Obviously, nearly career-ending injury for him. He's bounced back from that. He's clearly not at the same level he was, say, 12 months ago, but he still went very well tonight.
Yeah, no, he did. No, it's a big effort by Jean and Dave to get him back to the track at all. And we're racing against the best dogs New Zealand has to offer here. So he's had no luck at the first bend. He's been checked, he's been out wide, and he's still run home nice up the straight in a sub 30-second gallop. So it's still a super effort, you know. It's still a super effort just to get him back to the track, let alone to be competitive at a level like this.
Right, we've still got a Group 1 to go. Where do I place my wedge? Where do I need to have my money on tonight?
Shandell looks to have the edge over them for me, especially coming up with the red. She's New Zealand's best stayer. She rolls along somewhere near the lead, if not in front, and I just think she's going to take all sorts of beating. Archer's other one, Team Marie, $21 fixed odds. Not saying she can win the race, but she's
got a part to
each
play.
way.
All right, I'll leave it to you, because clearly you know more about these than I'll ever know. We're up to race number 9.
Thank you for that. 1, 4, 8 and 3 were my numbers here. I've gone with Shadow Apache. Was a good run last week when just getting run down late in the piece by Bump. I just thought slotting into box number 1 could see him turn the tables on Bump here. Number 4, Camside Gold. Just forget he went round last week. It was an uncharacteristic run. He never got into the race at all. He's a much better dog than that. And if he can get into the early hunt, then he's a big chance of winning. Number 8, Bump. You can't leave him out after last week's effort. It's good to see him bounce back. He's sort of been quite disappointing running around here. He was looking like he was turning into a Wanganui specialist there for a bit, but that win last week sort of shows that he can still run Addington and run it very well. And the old boy Zebediah, you got to have him in the mix there somewhere. He's a great old campaigner, old Zebediah. He's over 5-year-old, and he's still kicking along at the top grade. So it's a great feat by Ashley Bradshaw to keep him running along at that top level, and you'd have to have him in the mix in a race like this. Well, Trev, we'll come up to you, and there was some sort of run by Dinah Vickers and Opala Rosie. She certainly kicks along with those good dogs as well, can't she?
Yeah, that's right. Opala Rosie set up a good time there, and Dinah Vickers just getting into it. You could just see he was just warming up down the back, and no, he's a wonderful dog, isn't he, Dinah Vickers? And the new kid on the block, and no, he's going to be hard to beat whatever he lines up in. He's just a super dog, and when Craig said earlier that possibly the best dog he'd ever trained, that's a big statement, because I remember a champion dog he had a long time ago called Awesome Paul, and he was an awesome dog too, and I'd always thought that Awesome Paul would be his favourite, but no. Craig has said that this fella here has probably got more ability, so that's a big statement. And but look, he's proved us, he's proved it, hasn't he? He's beaten a quality field tonight in the South Island Champs. But this one here, 8136, that was my value runner Bump. It's trained by Craig Roberts, and I thought a super win last week. I think box 8 even suits better. It's got a good record off the 8 Bump, and just clearly beat Shadow Apache last time. So even though Shadow Apache's favourite here, I just can't see how it's going to hold out Bump the way that Bump went past it last time. I put the 3 in Zebediah and also 6 Eccles, but they're moving in. Light rain starting to fall here at Addington Raceway, and this is the Christchurch Casino Sprint. The last couple have been positioned. Shadow Apache, your favourite, off the inside. Green light is through to the control tower. The bunny set in motion, and they're about to jump. Race 9, ready. Racing, Shadow Apache out nice and showing up there. Zebediah, now Bump's coming around the outside, and he'll just whiz past him. Bump has gone to the front. Now off the track, Eccles getting around. Back we go there to Rick's Terrible around the corner. Bump has kicked away. Bump by 4, and it's dashing away to get the money from Eccles, and third on the inside, Zebediah. Between those, Camside Gold. They're followed further back there by Zorba the Greek. Shadow Apache a bit disappointing towards the tail. Botany Win looked a good bet, didn't he, Bump? And he's absolutely bolted in. 570, 180. That was our value runner of the night. And honestly, the way it beat Shadow Apache last week, how they were going to beat it. And he just whistled around the field, dashed away, and he's bolted. And here's one by about 4 lengths. So Bump the winner. 8 will beat the 6 Eccles, 3 Zebediah, and just between those was 4 Camside Gold. But the winner, Bump, and the bumper Black Dog by West Pedro to Sweet Equity, raced by G. Collier, trained by Craig Roberts at Christchurch. And of course the next one, the big one, the Robbie's Bar and Bistro New Zealand Stayers Cup. Looking forward to that. But here's Pete to wrap up race number 9.
The result of the night, the Christchurch Casino Sprint. 8, 6, 3, 4, 7, 5, 1, 2. The winner is number 8, Bump. Second, number 6, Eccles. Third, 3, Zebediah. And the fourth placing to number 4, Camside Gold. The winning time, fastest so far tonight for the sprint, is 17.11. The lead up was 5.90 and the run home 11.21. Margins, 3 1/4 lengths, a head and a half. Just checking that time again at 17.11.
Thank you, Pete, and Bump successful, and that means it's a race to race for Craig Roberts. Takes out the Group 2 feature with Dinah Vickers, and it takes out the race which precedes our Group 1. Bump has won race number 9 in the first leg of the quaddie, 8, 6, 3 and 4, 5.90 and 1.90, 6 Eccles at $2 and number 3 Zebediah, $3 even. 6 and 8 Quinella, 21.20, trifecta of 8, 6 and 3, 219.50. First 4, 8, 6, 3 and 4, returns 626.40. With a treble, 1, 3 and 8 pays $38.90. So Bump taking out that race, the first leg of the quaddie from Addington, and yes, we are looking forward to the Stayers Championship final, Group 1 level. That'll be next from Addington Raceway on the greyhound side of things. But for those who are still alive in the turbo terminating pick 6, we've got that final leg to come. 14, 6, 8, 4 and 4 are the numbers you require. Still plenty live, and the money has to be won. We'll have the last leg at Alexandra Park right after this.
Burgundy combines Australasia's best bloodlines, being a son of Redout's Choice from a Group 1 winning Zabeel mare. Burgundy's 5 black-type wins ranged from 1,200 metres to 1,600 metres, and he was placed at the elite level of competition.
Burgundy in front, a length and a half clear, make it 2, he's too big, too strong and too good, Burgundy.
Burgundy, combining Australasia's best bloodlines.
This July, be in for your share of $1 million cash that must be won, including 100 grand terminating pick sixes every Saturday in July at New Zealand Greyhound Partners and Thoroughbred meetings. TAB, are you in?
Welcome back to Alexandra Park. We're around about 5 minutes out from the last leg of the Turbo Pick 6. It is our feature trot here from the Mobile, the Prudential Law Mobile Trot, 2,200 metres, and it features, well, $1 million trotter in Vulcan and a horse on its way to Australia, hopefully in a few weeks, and One Over the Moon. Outstanding form, this trotter, One Over the Moon, the last couple of weeks at Alexandra Park. Bidding Son of Lindini here 2 starts ago from the Mobile, and last start off a handicap of 40 metres, bidding Al Bundy and around about 3.29. He's come up 140, $1.05 on the fixed odds, 160 on the tote. Can give you the will pays in tonight's Turbo Pick 6. You need runners, well, numbers, 14 Valor Luster, second leg 6 Unforgiving, third leg 8 Sunny Ruby, fourth leg 4 Risk, fifth leg 4 Kallenberg. Gee, that was impressive tonight. And backed in from 650 this morning, Kallenberg, into a very short quote. That took out the fifth leg, 153.8 live going the last leg. With Scary McCleary, the payout was 6,800. All Royal Gal, 9,600. Revenue Maker, $183,771. So that is just a percentage. 17,249 with Son of Lendini, and 34,000 with Sir George Grey, 72,000 with Charlemagne, 9,800 with the Millionaire Trotter Vulcan. One Over the Moon, your favourite in tonight's Turbo Pick 6, $921. Whitney, 24,000, and Rare Opportunity, 39,000. Mark Jones, he trained Son of Lendini. Earlier in the night, I caught up with him. Mark, Son of Lindini's going really well at the moment. Placed both times behind One Over the Moon. Probably gate speed's a big attribute to him tonight, and he can go forward from the draw.
Yeah, he's got a wee credit card up here. He's earning each week, and providing he gets off the gate, he can be a bit iffy, but if he gets off, he's very quick. So if he can find the markers and probably trail again, he's a definite place hope. But, One Over the Moon looks throwing in over the Mobile. So if we're going to run second or third, we'd be happy.
The gate speed will put him in the right spot, Son of Lindini. He's a nice trotter, and he's been going really well in the last couple of starts up here, and as I say, including those 2 place getters. That horse on screen, All Royal Gal, runner number 2 here, of course trained by the Dunn team. They sit on 99 for the season. Just talking to John off camera after Kallenberg took out the last, and this one from barrier number 2 tonight. Again, with a little bit of gate speed and a nice draw. I'm sure they'll look to go forward. Robert, off his interview last week, said, listen, the Mobile trots in upcoming weeks are going to be more her go. Well, that's one of them tonight. All Royal Gal, a place chance of good money. Head-to-head, Scary McCleary, Son of Lindini. The interesting thing about Scary McCleary, he is only a Class 2 trotter. Now, he's taking on Class 3 and fasters, including, obviously, the likes of Vulcan, who's been to open class and back. One Over the Moon is an open class trotter. Scary McCleary, he's got the ability to get there. Barrier 1 tonight, I reckon, is a disadvantage. I've been tipping this horse out in his last couple of starts, saying how good he is. Barrier 1 really worries me tonight because he gets out with them, but not brilliantly out. He'd be better at Barrier 8 than he would be at Barrier 1 because he's a rolling type. If he happens to get crossed by All Royal Gal or Son of Lindini and gets back on the marker pegs, I think that'll take him out of play tonight. His best chance is if Josh Dickey can either get him out quick enough to hold the front, which I don't think he can do, or get him off the marker pegs as soon as possible. If he does, I think he's good enough to run in the money from the inside tonight. Number 1, Scary McCleary. I marked them 8 on top. I put the forgotten horse of the field in the mix, number 7, Vulcan. He was second 2 starts ago at Addington, at Ashburton off 30. Last start, 5th at Addington behind Mon Bay off 40. Physically impossible, or time-wise, to get into that race because he was a mile back and they ran good sectionals. Tonight, I thought from barrier number 7, He's not the worst, this horse, for a reach-way chance. It's $16.250. How many Group 1s has this horse won? $1 million trotter. I think there's, 5, 6 of them in that group. He's one of them. He's certainly up to being right in this race tonight. Vulcan from barrier number 7. Could even have a crack for the front early on if Todd Mitchell looked to go forward. I know his record at Alexandra Park's not great, but, gee, $16 for a horse that's won, as I say, so many Group 1s is way overs. Outside the top 2, I do like Scary McCleary to run in the top 3, and I thought the bolter of the race is Rare Opportunity. His sectionals last week were great. He's had 2 runs back. I thought he's getting fitter, and he should get a lovely run through on the back of All Royal Gal here from 2 the second row. Runner number 10 at $4.60 a place if you want a roughie in race number 6 tonight. Good field this. Hope you're live in pick 6. If you are, good luck with your investment. Aaron, as I come to you, 1 Over the Moon, probably the shortest price favourite here tonight.
Yeah, he's going to take a power of beating under the mobile conditions. He was very, very good over the 1,700 metres 2 starts ago, and then, of course, winning from the 40 metres last Friday night. Had Heather Williams up here in the commentary box a wee bit earlier. Don't think they're going to go to Australia, Craig, with 1 Over the Moon. It's just starting to go off the boil, that idea. They might save him for a cup week at Addington. So 1 Over the Moon, if he doesn't go to Australia, that's going to be a bonus for us to see him racing here more often. 7 Vulcans well in the mix. Yes, the Millionaire trotter under mobile conditions tonight. 10 Rare Opportunity. His run last week was good off a 30-metre back mark. He's on equal marks tonight with the mobile, and 2 All Royal Gal. 8, 7, 10 and 2. Prudential or Mobile Trot, 2,200 metres. The feature event for the square tonight, 150, 120. 1 Over the Moon, the Stallion by Majestic Sun to run the favourite for trainer-driver Tony Hill. He drawn up in barrier 8. Scary McCleary's right up on the mobile in 1. All Royal Gal, who ran a cracking race, went 4th last week, comes forward. Revenue Maker's up. Son of Lynn Denny, the grey Sir George Grey, Charlemagne, a Jules winner, the multiple Group 1 winner Vulcan, Millionaire trotter in 7. Second row, Whitney and Rare Opportunity. At Dispatch, green lights, Prudential or Mobile Trot, and they're underway. And Son of Lynn Denny with on the inside All Royal Gal. They'll clear Scary McCleary as Sir George Grey comes forward, as to Charlemagne, and the favourite 1 Over the Moon is also looking to press forward onto the stables corner first occasion. They're followed by Revenue Maker. Whitney gets well back, Rare Opportunity. And Vulcan's been taken off the gate. He'll go back to last. Trotting out to the 1,800. Son of Lynn Denny. And the Jones boy, Mark Jones, into the back by 2. Striding up with purpose. 1 Over the Moon, the race favourite. He strides up around Charlemagne in the centre, who just works him over a wee bit as they get through the back straight. Then All Royal Gal, Sir George Grey. 1 Over the Moon's about to take over. Scary McCleary now 4 back against the marker line. Revenue Maker the outside, then Whitney. Rare Opportunity, Vulcan, the last pair. 43 and 6 the lead time. That's a good lead time for the Square Gators. And 1 Over the Moon now comfortably in front for the Iceman. 1.5 lengths over Son of Lynn Denny. Charlemagne and Phil Butcher sitting third and parked as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. All Royal Gal and John Dunn tucked away 3 back on the inside as Rare Opportunity starts to stride forward out 3 wide for a Brent Mangos around Sir George Grey and David Butcher. Scary McCleary, Joshua Dickey tucked away 4 back on the marker line. 33 and 4 the opening quarter. Back third last was Revenue Maker David McGowan. To its inside with a circuit left to go, Whitney Blair Orange, and Vulcan being patiently handled by the Wizard Todd Mitchell. Stables corner final time. And a 1 Over the Moon, well, he set up a cracking lead time. He's got away with a very cheap first quarter of the last mile. Rare Opportunity second and parked around Son of Lynn Denny. Charlemagne 1-1 around All Royal Gal. Sir George Grey, Scary McCleary the next pair. Then Revenue Maker, Whitney and Vulcan's taking off. 31 and 8 was the second quarter. And through the back goes 1 Over the Moon, the Stallion by Majestic Sun. And he's trotting along with purpose in front. Over Rare Opportunity, Son of Lynn Denny, 1-1 to Charlemagne. All Royal Gal travels up nicely, but she's all dressed up, nowhere to go. 3 back on the inside, then Sir George Grey. Scary McCleary's back against the markers. Vulcan comes up out 3. Revenue Maker and Whitney quarter down the back, 29.7. One Over the Moon's about to be given his head by Hurley, a length and a half. Son of Lindeni, Rare Opportunity, Charlemagne to the outside, Sir George Grey and Vulcan further back then to All Royal Gal, homeward bound. And it is One Over the Moon, a length and a half. He strides away by 2 now. Son of Lindeni, All Royal Gal. Here are the late charges, Sir George Grey and Vulcan, but One Over the Moon, the Iceman's got the situation parcelled up and he completes his hat-trick in great fashion. One Over the Moon, Sir George Grey, a good run second. Son of Lindeni third, then All Royal Gal, Vulcan, Scary McCleary and Whitney. Back in the field then to Charlemagne, Rare Opportunity and Revenue Maker. 247.6, 28.9, 58.6 was the last half. He's burnt off the gate. He's had to sprint home. One Over the Moon, you just felt, though, that Tony Hurley, if he really wanted to, he could go to the gearbox and find another couple of gears here. One Over the Moon, the stallion by Majestic Sun for owner breeders. Lex and Heather Williams win 14 at start 41. Sir George Grey puts in another good race. He'll run second. Son of Lindeni third in front of All Royal Gal in our feature trot, the Prudential or Mobile Trot to the favourite. One Over the Moon.
Official placings, race 6, the Prudential Law Mobile Trot. 854271. 854271. Horse 8, One Over the Moon. Trotted the 2200 metres from a mobile and 247.63. Mile rate of 22.6. Last 858.6. The 428.9. Margins 1 length, a head, a half neck. 854271, race 6, the Prudential Law Mobile Trot.
Judge Graham McLennan with his call, and One Over the Moon completes his hat-trick of victories in great fashion tonight. Win 14 at start 41 for owner breeders Lex and Heather Williams, the Iceman Tony Hurley, the preparer at Papakura, the Woodland Stud and Mitavite sponsored driver back at the head of the field. The Mitavite Black Bike back into the winner's enclosure. Andrew Kennedy down there, part of the victory celebrations with Prudential Law. He'll be handing over the wine bottle trophy and the framed photograph to the winning connections, Lex and Heather Williams. Auckland Trotting Club steward Roger Barnes also down there, part of the victory celebrations. 5 Sir George Grey for second. Monkey Bones Georgina Grey 4-year-old gelding, raced by M and S. Clegg. Derek Ball trained at Pukekohe, David Butcher. 4 Son of Lindeni for third. Sundon Yankee Deirdre 5-year-old bay gelding for the Butterworth Racing Syndicate. Mark Jones, the trainer driver out of Burnham. 8 One Over the Moon, 141.10, 141.10. 5 Sir George Grey, $3.10, 3.10. 4 Son of Lindeni, $2.60, 2.60. Quinella returns $12.20, 12.20. Trifecta $93.30, 93.30. First 4, $471.20, 471.20. Double 4 and 8 returns $7 even, $7. 4 and 5 concession at $13, $13. The TAB double, I should say the TAB treble, the middle treble, 6, 4 and 8, $42.80, $42.80. And pick 6 tonight, the turbo terminating pick 6 tonight, goes the way of 103.68 winning units, $921.60, $921.60 for the 103.68 winning units in pick 6.
Interesting. I guess with all these novelty bets these days, Greg, they might have to just extend the rule book a little bit further.
Well, it's something that'll have to be, could be discussed, I suppose, but it's not provided for at the moment, so therefore that's as it stands for that bet around race number 5.
Yeah, okay, I suppose it's fair enough. I mean, to be honest, if I'd taken the bet and I had thanks for playing and the horse was pulled up, I'd cop it on the chin, I suppose. So, but, yeah, I guess rules are rules, and if Sam Terrini Sunset did gallop for longer than 100 metres, which it probably did, I guess also the rule states that maybe it should have been put out if it finished closer up, but I guess that'll all happen. So harness racing just expands it a little bit more, I guess. But this one, for me, this is the race of the night, isn't it? I've enjoyed watching these horses battle it out the last couple of months up at Benham and Nelson. And yeah, I've got Usain Colt here, a little bit concerned now with the front shoes off, but he's a nice horse. Smithy, he's probably a forgotten horse in the race. Zinzan's tough, and so's Astro Boy. He's racing well. Johnny Cott's doing a good job with his small team, and I haven't even mentioned Uncle Ben, who I'm a big fan of. Moving up, Avon City Ford Mobile Pace, one of the features on tonight's program in terms of class and potential. Plenty of it here.
100.
Favourite for the race is Zinzan, drawn 2 on the back row, following out Usain Colt, who had the front shoes removed at the start. 1950 metres, close to a start, the Avon City Ford. Starter Peter Lamb about to let them fly. Green light, they're away. Smithy had the most gate speed from about centre field. Charging out with it too was the Royal Garden, and coming across from out deeper on the track too is the Southerner Match Point. Down on the inside as Nui Tok'Tien settles down 4th early from Usain Colt. They were followed out then by Uncle Ben, who gets through on the inside of runners. Out deeper early is Lavera. Then came Zinzan. A length and a half back then to Franco Salisbury. Down on the inside of runners is Albuquerque. 2 lengths away, Groomsman. Further away then as they come around the turn on their first occasion, Franco Salisbury was Astro Boy just up ahead of Zinzan. And the last one 2 lengths away as they come through the straight, Samartan Somewhere. 23.5 the lead time. Through the straight they come, Smithy led. The Royal Guard in the trailer. Lavera now parked from Nui Tok'Tien, who is 3 back on the inside. Match Point hops into the 1-1 sit now. Uncle Ben's down inside the pegs here and has lost a couple of positions. Getting through on the inside of him now is Albuquerque to be 4 back the inside. Usain Colt's on its outer 4 back and now 1 off is going around to Breeze's Zinzan. Astro Boy follows Usain Colt. Uncle Ben back on the track now, but well and truly buried. 2 lengths away, Groomsman well back in the field. Second last is Franco Salisbury, and last is Samartan Somewhere. Into the back they go, 8.50 out from home. Smithy the pacemaker, a length and a half in advance of Zinzan, the favourite, the outside of a leader's wheel. The Royal Gardens third, 1-1 Lavera. Then came back on the inside, Nui Tok'Tien. Match Point is on its outside. Then Albuquerque. Well back is Usain Colt. From back on the inner, Uncle Ben. Astro Boys way back beyond midfield and looking to take off. 2 lengths away, Groomsman. Well back also Franco Salisbury. And also Samartan Somewhere. Off the back and down the side. 61.7 was the half. 400 metres left to run. Smithy under siege by Zinzan. Lavera ready to pounce out of the 1-1. Now comes 3 wide. Awaiting the Terror to Love It. Pineley Farm passing lane is the Royal Garden. Smithy gives it up quickly. Nui Tok'Tien, Match Point wider out. Usain Colt. Zinzan to the front. Lavera. Look at Match Point thread its way through. Then the Royal Garden. Deeper out. Usain Colt. Match Point and Lavera coming through. Match Point. Lavera late on the scene. Usain Colt and Astro Boy. Match Point. Match Point wins forward. Graham Anderson. Second and's close. Usain Colt's lunged at Lavera. Out wide Astro Boy. Then Zinzan. Next in the Royal Garden. Albuquerque. Nui Tok'Tien. Groomsman. Further back Uncle Ben, Smithy, Samartan Somewhere, and last and tailed off Franco Salisbury. Match Point. Can't stop winning, Graham Anderson. Now he's got one at Addington Raceway. Dexter Dunn threaded its way through and will pick up the win. 158.6 the last mile, 27.9 on the way home. And Match Point, this has been a big run. Most tightly assessed runner in the field at C4 and has got through. Usain Colt will run second. Third's tight. Lavera will get that though in front of Astro Boy and Zinzan. A great finish. A very good race, Greg, but the winner
I guess a bit of a surprise.
Didn't spot that one coming, Jason. Last start at Forbury Park, of course, behind O'Neid Mack, who's racing in wonderful form, and prior to that it was second to Starsky's Dream, who won last night, so I suppose on that count you might have found a spot for it. Gate 9, 1950, not a whole lot of fun out there, but it had Dexter Dunn, of course, and gee, it's been a run. You could see it just getting up and behind them. If it didn't get clear air, it was going to be luckless. Zinzan fighting on solidly. Great run again. Lavura did a power of work early. Astro Boy charging home once again, and here's your winner, Match Point. Congratulations to the Blakeleys and the Gillans. Win 6 start 29, up over $30,000 now, and Match Point, the 5-year-old by Better's Delight, takes out the first leg of the final quaddie here today. Win 26 for the season for Westwood Beach based trainer Graham Anderson. Here's Mark Gallagher's call.
Point. Second 2, Usain Colt. And third 7, Lavura. Fourth has gone to 4, Astro Boy. From 11, Zinzan. And 3, the Royal Garden. 9, 2, 7, 4, 11, 3. The margins half a neck, a head, a short neck. Winner's time was 2:22, a mile rate of 157.2. The last 856.5, last 427.7.
So again, a terrific time, 2:22, and Match Point takes out race number 7. And for those, Andy McCook, who just got themselves a share of the favourites' way in terms of the pick 6, they'll be pleased that that wasn't one of the legs as we look forward to your Group 1 feature.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Glad that would have knocked 1 or 2 out, no doubt, Greg. Yeah, we're moving on now to the Group 1 Robbie's Bar and Bistro New Zealand Stayers Cup final, and it is headed up by your favourite number 1, Shandell. Bit of money coming for it too, $2.20 into $1.80 with the bookies. And off box number 1, the red rug on, I think she's going to take an absolute power of stopping here. She's got a little bit of early speed. She usually ends up somewhere near the lead, and if that happens, I just can't see how they're going to get past her in the run to the judge. So she's on top for me, but we'll go runner by runner here. Number 2, Corbin Miami. She led up in the heat. She did lead Shandell early, and she was just found wanting the last bit. Shandell was too good for her in the run to the judge. Probably would prefer her out wider on the track, Corbin Miami. She's not the bravest in the run into the first bend, so if something comes around her, she will look after herself a wee bit. Number 3, No Class. He was, of course, the quickest qualifier for this. He's a very, very talented dog, is No Class. Of course, he's been to Australia and competed over there and back here, and Gary Cleve would love to peel off a Group 1 win with this fella over here on this side of the Tasman. Number 4, Unova Bale. That was a very nice effort first up in the country for Craig Roberts. Took a lot of ground off Shandell in the run to the judge. She's since had a 600 metre start here on Sunday. Talking to Craig Roberts earlier, and he didn't seem to think it had taken anything out of her, so he's thinking she would have